Good afternoon and welcome back to the National Tennis Club on a very sunny Newport, Rhode Island day. My name is Matt Ronaldson. I'm joined once again by Newport professional and world number 10, Nick Howell.
Hi, Matt. Hi, everyone.
So Nick, 3-1 first day. Tell us what your thoughts were.
Well, for me, it was some of the best tennis I've ever seen live. The points were breathtaking, and Camden, as you saw, came out on top 3-1.
Okay, now Camden won the first 3 sets of the day. Tell us more about him.
Well, Camden, he's put a lot of work into his fitness and his footwork, and it was evident on day one. The balls he was covering, the defense from Rob's forces was quite sensational, and it was very hard for Rob to get a winner. And I think that's really the play that we saw from Camden. He was very precise with his shots, and the first 3 sets he was simply too good.
Okay, now 3 sets to love up. Rob came back and won the 4th set. Tell me what Rob did great there. How did he change that around?
Rob, by that time, started to settle in, and traditionally he's been brilliant in the 4th set. He's never lost it, and Rob, knowing how important it was to get that last set, he stepped up in his game. His forcing, he was a lot more accurate. When he used his boasts, he used them much better, more wisely, got them deeper into the court, which wasn't quite working in the first 3 sets.
Okay. Now, for everyone at home, how can they get involved?
Well, as you know, we had this hashtag with Twitter, RTWC16. Send us in your tweets, and we will try to read them out. But they have been popular.
Yeah, I think we were trending for the first time.
That's right.
Were
We were in the top 20. So let's see if we can beat that.
Okay, great. Well, coming up now, we've got a special interview with our marker, Andrew Lyons. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Ronaldson, and I'm joined by Andrew Lyons today, who's going to give us an insight into the world inside the markers box. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, Matt.
So this is your 7th World Championship marking. You did your first one in 2004 here. Now you've come full circle back to the club. How is it that you became known as the #1 marker and the first choice for World Championships?
Well, back in the UK, I've generally been known as one of the top markers because I've marked a lot of the British Open matches over the years, back starting in the early 1990s, watching a lot of the top players performing, and generally made my way through to be known to get asked to do the semi-finals and finals of the British Open was a great ask, and I was happy to take up the challenge. You are under a lot of pressure with the players, with the calls and decisions that you have to make, but I was fairly focused at that stage and happy to take on the responsibility to do such a big job.
Okay, you talk about focus, and so what's your routine that helps you focus on this type of match and deal with all the influences that are around you?
Well, particularly with the World Championship, which is a different beast to the general Opens around the globe, but World Championship matches are different format, not just a best of 5 sets. It's over 3 days, best of 13 sets. Highly different challenge for both the players and the marker. But I take that on, and different preparation for each day. I like to be near the court, staying wise in the accommodation, and be on the court when the players are practicing. So every court has its own sound and variance in speed. So it's good to be around the court and see the players, especially with the pace of the ball in today's game. Is quite fast and furious. So I need to be aware of all the similarities of the home court and the lighting. And particularly with the speed of the serve and different sounds, getting the home court knowledge, asking the professionals at the club what their idea is of how the court plays, and then, as I said, getting down there and being on the front foot and listening out and being aware of the local rules.
Okay, and as you'd expect from the top 2 players in the world, there are a lot of close calls, especially on serve. Now, you're underneath the penthouse. How do you, judge some of these tight calls either on the floor or on the penthouse?
It's one of the hardest parts of the job, apart from keeping an eye on the chases and the points. But being completely blind to the serve coming down the roof, you're just going by the sound, and I will stand in a position which gives me the best sort of position to hear the ball coming on the penthouse. So I'll keep my right ear under the line, of the ball coming down, and I'll keep my left hand on the post where I stand, and stay in the same position every time to give the best call I can. Often not calling anything is the best result because the ball has to be on the line or over the line to count as a good serve. So a lot of the times I'll let it go when it's very close.
Okay, now just talking a little bit about day one, set number 4, set point to Rob Fay, half a yard worse than 6 was the chase. You call chase off. Someone up top was calling won it. Rob started walking to the net. You stayed adamant with your call. We had the benefit of not only a replay, but then a slow motion replay, which, by the way, proved you to be spot on, so well done there. How do you sort of deal with the fact that you've got the pressure from the players, the pressure from the spectators, and as proven, make such a wonderful call?
Well, thankfully the camera showed the same result as I did, so thank you for that. But generally, I am not aware of spectators or people behind me or people shouting out. To me, there's only 2 people on court, and I'm completely consumed by the match in every decision I make, whether it be the first point of the match, or the last point of the match. And that happened to be a crucial point, obviously, for both players. And I've already made a decision in my head, roughly what the ball's going to do, as I do with every ball, what the options are when that ball comes to its still.
Okay. One final question, Drew. This is the 3rd time you've been marking these 2 players, 2008 in Fontainebleau, 2014 in Melbourne. How do you, as a marker, see these 2 players, and how is it differing, marking them this time versus the other 2 times?
Well, the difference has been over those 3 times they've met is they've both analysed each other's game, obviously in depth each time they've come up against each other. First time was a little bit more punchy, fast and furious, and obviously not only the players change physically, and their whole game changes to work out what strengths and weaknesses are against each other, but also each World Championship has been on a different court, which comes with its own challenges, different size, speed, lighting. So they've all had to adapt in lots of ways rather than just playing on a court. This is brings us to why is it particular these 2 people are here. Their challenges throughout their life and career have been adapted massively to come full circle and back here to play in the 2016 World Championship. They truly are a credit to the game, and should be here.
Well, Drew, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your insights, and good luck marking day 2.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Bye for now. Did you know that today is Anne Boleyn Day? Earlier today, Nikki Howell caught up with CEO of the IRTPA, Susie Faulkner, to tell us more.
Hi everyone, I'm with Susie Faulkner, the CEO of the IRTPA. Welcome, Susie.
Thank you, Nick.
Maddie Runnelson just touched on it earlier. It's actually Anne Boleyn Day, and I believe you have a fun fact to tell us about Anne Boleyn.
Well, we've got one fact that is definitely a historical fact, and another one which we'd all really kind of like to believe. The first fact is that when Anne Boleyn was arrested, that was actually on the 2nd of May, and it was 17 days later that she was beheaded, but she was at the Whitehall tennis court betting, as in those days they used to do.
Absolutely.
And then the fun, sort of interesting one that we all love to sort of slightly giggle about is that Henry was on court at Hampton Court Palace when his wife went to the scaffold.
Well, there you go. Susie, tell me what the IRTPA is and what your role is for them.
The IRTPA is the Professionals Association, and so that's currently in the 4 playing countries of America, Australia, France, and the United Kingdom. And my role is really, we're always looking for sponsorship, for new players to come into the game, because really the professional player is the pivotal point of that everybody meets at the clubs where they play.
I will touch on a little of that. Susie's very modest. She is a wonderful ambassador for our game and a CEO. Now, thirdly, you're welcome. Well, behind us, we have the World Championship trophy. Can you tell us more about this?
Historically, it's not a terribly old trophy. I believe first came into use in about the 1940s. But on the back of it, it's got all the list of the champions from was it Clerge, Nick?
Clerge the Elder, 1750, correct.
Yeah, there's a bit of an argument about
Yeah,
that.
they're not quite sure about the
maybe
date.
1740, but give or take.
Yeah, long time ago.
A long time ago. And it does actually have all the courts on the map of the world at the front. And some have now gone, and there have been new ones, and so they've got to be added on. So perhaps when the time comes for a new world champion to hold this wonderful challenge plate, we'll be able to add all the correct courts and everything else.
Well, there you go. And it's made of pure silver, is that right?
It's pure silver.
Yeah, so I hope someone's looking after it closely.
It's looked after very closely. I've even guarded it for a few years.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you, Susie. I just want to ask you about the match on day one. What amazing tennis it was. How did you take it?
I was unfortunate enough and fortunate enough to be sitting in the Daedon, because that's a kind of prime place to be sitting. But I realised on court from Camden Riviera something amazing was happening in his retrieving, and I've never seen him retrieve so well. But what was extraordinary to me was that he was able to put something on the ball.
Yeah.
So Rob was not only waiting for a turn, or he hoped to chase, but he was put under pressure from the moment that ball was returned. It was just incredible.
I know, it was sensational play from Camden. Lastly, any predictions for tonight? Or what are you hoping for from tonight?
Well, we often use the expression for the good of the game. For the good of the game, it would be really great if it was 3-1 to Rob tonight, and then we're on for a best of 5 probably on Saturday. But who knows?
Who knows? That would be fun. Well, thank you, Susie, for joining us.
Once again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors, especially Jay Shockett, who recently passed away. We would also like to thank our champagne sponsor, Paul Roger. Lastly, an extra special thank you to all of our sponsors who helped make this week's webcast possible. They are Alex Evans, Jimmy Campbell, Paul Brown, Harry McVicker, Spencer Berger, Philip Robinson, Matthew Fradin, Arthur Horowitz, Melanie Clark, Christian Bullitt, Peter Estcourt, John Steffian, and some donors who wish to remain anonymous. Just to let you know, if you're enjoying this coverage and you'd like to help pay for it, you can go to nationaltennisclub.org and make a donation. We'd really appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to day 2 of the World Championships. We have a short amount of time. We're going to be cutting to Jonathan Howell soon, but I just got a few seconds to welcome Nick Howell back to the commentary box.
Thank you, Maddie. Hi, everyone. Can't wait for today to get started.
Didn't have a lot of time. Nick was having to last minute adjust the net, make sure it was all tickety-boo, but I think we're all right now. And straight to Jonathan Howell.
Second day's play of the 2016 World Championship. Wonderful to see a packed crowd again and representation from all the clubs in the world, especially here from America and all the clubs in the United States, many clubs in the UK, and also I see from France as well. For those watching on television in the evening in England, good evening. And for those in Australia on Empire Day, good day, and I hope you enjoy the match. This is just a little reminder for the MC rule, M for mobiles, C for careless. It'd be a great time now to turn them off. No flash photography. If you want to get your last flash photography of me, you can do it now. They love your applause, they love your support, but please make sure the rally is ended. Sometimes it's not evident. Now, would you please welcome onto the court, marking for the 7th World Championship, the best mark in the world for the head professional of Queen's Club, Andrew Lyons. And to our challenger, who's challenging for the third time. He arrived here by beating Steve Vagona by 7 sets to 2 in Philadelphia. He is the world's #1, winning over 10 Open Championships. Camden Riviere. He's done it all in tennis. He's done it for a very long time. He comes from Hobart in Tasmania. He is the world champion. Please welcome on court, Robert Leo Fay. As you know, the world championship is best of 13 sets. The first person to get to 7 sets will be the world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the match.
Okay, so as they start warming up again, Nick, we're gonna start with Cam. Just tell us a little bit about how he played on day one.
Well, Cam, he was phenomenal in his court coverage. He was retrieving every ball, even all those main wall forces that Rob was hitting that any day you'd think they were in. And Camden not only was getting them back, was putting them back on the floor and asking the question again of Rob to see what he could bring up. It was just sensational tennis from Camden.
Certainly moving a ridiculous speed. I kind of almost saw him out of breath, which I think is the first time I've ever seen that in my entire life from him. So something maybe how Rob was moving him around the court, but how much ground he covered to take 3 sets to 1 there.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Rob played very well, you know. It was just that Camden was as good as I've ever seen him, and it was very hard for Rob to hit a clear winner, and it put a lot of pressure on Rob's game.
Okay, how do you see day 2 going, Nick?
I say day 2, Rob's going to come out hard out the blocks. He's really want to take the first set, try and not give Camden too much a lead in this match. He's going in for the first time ever into day 2 being down in a world championship, so it will be a new feeling for Rob. So I think he'll be feeling the first set is very important.
Okay, yeah, and I mean we've got to think in terms of the context of a day 2 score, trying to get 1 love up, but also in terms of a world championship score, getting back to 2-3 or going 4-1 down. Yeah, tell us more about that.
Yeah, very tough for Rob to be going 3-1 down. He's going to want to, as I've already touched on, find his range early, get his main wall forces going, and I think serving will be a big part of today as well. His railroad wasn't quite as effective as it can be, I think partly due to the new balls and maybe a bit of nerves. I think today, we're going to see a few more railroads, maybe with a second serve, and really peg Cam back in that backhand corner.
Right, that's something you were talking about the other day, was the fact that Rob was doing that in Melbourne. But we're just going to cut to an interview we caught up with Cam again this afternoon. This is what he had to say. Good afternoon, everyone. I am joined by world #1 Camden Riviere. First of all, Camden, congratulations on a great first day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it went about as well as one could have hoped.
Okay, just take us through it.
It's tough to relive it, especially with the format. You kind of have to forget about the first day and move on to the next one because being 3-1 ahead is great, but it means nothing now. It's a whole new day. I just tried to come out on the first day without nerves and be ready to play in front of my home court, in front of my home crowd, and kind of start from the first point. And I managed to do that.
Okay, and I think it's fair to say, more than just about anyone we've ever come across, you have been dreaming of this moment literally your whole life. So just describe some of your emotions having come off winning that first day.
Oh, well, being my third world championship, it's an amazing learning experience. Obviously the first time around you're just a bundle of nerves. You don't really have time to embrace it. Second time around, you think you figured everything out and then realize very quickly that you haven't. Mm-hmm. And so third time around, you're really trying to just put that all together. I find that this time around, I'm really just enjoying the process, enjoying the match a lot more. having
Okay.
a lot more fun out there, being a lot more relaxed, just because I've done it enough now that I can do that. I can be comfortable out there. It's not such a unique experience.
Yeah, I have to say, I did notice you looked a lot more relaxed than I've seen you in previous years, so that's great. Can I add a little bit of pressure?
I'd rather you didn't, but I
Okay.
mean,
I
I
wo- I
suppose
wo-
it's impossible not to at this point.
I won't tell you then that after winning day one, no one has ever lost from that winning position. So how does that affect you?
Well, as far as yeah, I guess that would make sense. As far as I was aware, Rob had never lost a day in general. So, you know,
I think it spans even further back than him.
even him.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, you know, as I said, you know, it's a 3-day match. Each day is completely different, and regardless of the score on the first day, you look to come out today, and it's a whole new game, and you're thinking 4 sets today, and I need to try and win every single point of every single set.
You say each day is different. How's day? It's the same number of sets. How's day two different to day one?
Well, it's very different. You know, now some cards have been shown. You know, we've played 4 sets. We've gotten to see a lot of each other's games and how we're moving and what we're choosing to do or choosing not to do. And obviously, you know, Rob's going to have made some adjustments yesterday. I went in and practiced and made some adjustments yesterday. And so, you know, now it's a completely different match. We're all a little bit more aware of what's going on, which means that we can take advantage of that or be taken advantage of by that.
Okay, well, Cam, I'm going to let you get to your practice, but I think you've given us a wonderful insight into a world we'll never appreciate fully for ourselves. But thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so that was thoughts from world number one Camden Riviere. He's clearly very happy with day one's play, but very well aware of how much work he's got left to do. Nick, just give us a little reminder about Twitter.
Twitter, yeah, we got this hashtag RTWC16 going. Send in your tweets and we'll do our best to read them out. See who's watching out there.
I think there was a bunch of people on the live feed. I hope you were enjoying that, but the bits we can actually read out are what you sent to us on Twitter. As I say, I think we were trending, which is pretty awesome for anyone who knows Twitter. So let's keep those things coming in all evening, afternoon, morning, depending on where you're from, and let's make this a big event for the world to be aware of.
Absolutely, Matty. Come on, guys, send in those tweets.
We also were able to catch up with Rob Fay earlier. Nick, just tell us a little bit more about how you saw his play in day one, how he might be changing it up in day two.
Yep, early on he was using the boasts a lot, and he was trying to play Camden on the floor. Didn't seem to pick as many galleries as he used to, or as he did in Melbourne. The boast, it's a tough shot to work against Camden, the short boast, especially on this court, as it skips on off the main wall a bit more. So where in Melbourne, where it worked very well, because when it hits, it comes off very hard and doesn't come out as far, where Camden wasn't able to cover it off. Where here at Newport, it just skips on that extra yard or two, and it gives Camden that chance to get to it. So I'm not sure we will see Rob using the boast, or the short boast anyway. If he is going to be using it, he's going to go deep into the corner.
Right, okay, that's interesting. And one of the stats that was given to us is I think Rob hit 17 galleries in the entirety of day one, 13 of which were in set 4, and I mean that's the set he won. So
yeah, that's what we touched on, is where he found his range in set 4. He had to, really. He knew he needed that last set. And
was that his range, or was that just a change of tactics?
I think a bit of both. Also, it's a lot of pressure for Camden. He was covering them all so well. Set 3, it's a lot to ask to cover it non-stop all the time, and I do think he was more accurate with it.
Here comes the interview we had with Rob earlier today. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back here with Rob Fay on just before day 2 of the championships. Rob, 3-1 to Cam first day. First time I believe you've ever been down in a championship. Tell us about day 1.
Day 1 obviously went his way, but statistically it was very close.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not as far behind the pace as the score might suggest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've never been in this position. In fact, nobody's ever won from losing the first day. So I'm looking to make a bit of history.
Well, I guess you've got most of the rest of the history. It's nice to get something a little bit different. I noticed I think you hit 4 galleries in the first 3 sets and then 13 in the final set, and you won that set. Care to comment on that?
Yeah, I mean, that obviously had an impact, and so I'll probably be looking to do a bit more of that today. You've got to wait and see. If we're both moving well, then yeah, galleries will be a feature. Mm-hmm. But if anything changes, I might be able to go back to the floor.
Okay, and the only other thing I sort of wonder about is day two balls. They're often a little bit different to day one balls. Does that affect your tactics at all?
It may make serving a bit easier, but I don't know. I mean, the other thing is it's a couple of degrees warmer, and once all the people turn up, the court gets even warmer,
Right.
and so there's a little bit of extra bounce than what we've had practicing. So there's some adjustments to make, even though we've been here all this time training up. You've got to adjust to each day as it comes along. So I think it'll be pretty lively out there again.
Well, Rob, we're as ever, we're going to be really excited to watch it. So good luck on day two.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Day two. Rob trying to come back from 1-3, looking for at least a 2-2 result, I would say.
There's the first point to Rob.
15 love.
Not in a brand new position, but one of these stats is that no one in the history of the World Championship has
Chase
ever lost
more than a yard worse than last gallery.
having won
15
day
love.
one. So the omens are good for Camden, but there's nothing like a new challenge for Rob and a new chance to make history. So he's going to look to do something that hasn't been done before.
$15 all.
Nick, got to be thinking that a 3-1 to Cam here is going to be pretty decisive. So Rob's got to get at least 2 all, maybe a 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the interesting stats as well, I think, in the entire 4 sets, Cam won, I think it was something like 17 points more in the entire 4 sets. So the margins really aren't that different despite the 3-1 scoreline.
30-15.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic boast from Camden.
Nope. Chase 2. More than a yard worse than chase 2. 30-15.
Definitely a slightly more relaxed atmosphere here. I think the crowd have had a chance to realise what's going on. The players are kind of very much into their stride, so it's a slightly more relaxed feel, would you say, Nick?
Yeah, early days. I think crowd and the players are just warming
Receiver leads
themselves into this one.
30-15. Chase more than a yard worse than last gallery.
Doesn't like that ball.
So Nick, how much difference is there between day 1 balls and day 2 balls?
40-15.
There's more
Chase
wear and
2.
tear, so it's easier for the ball to take spin off the back wall, off the serve.
Which is why you think you might do more second serve railroads today?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if you're
Lost
right.
to chase fell 3. 30-40.
I'm certainly interested to see how much of the service end he tries to dominate today, and whether that's going to be a big factor in who's winning the sets and who's not.
Game receiver.
Didn't like that bounce. That really skipped up on Rob there, and Camden's taking the first game. Just having another look at that
First game.
side of the court is Rob.
Oh.
Early high drop.
$15
One thing I was noticing, Nicky, on day 1 is some of the subtle play with Camden, how he was just slightly changing his pace, and that was keeping Rob a little bit off balance. I wonder if that's another example of that there, or whether it was just an early mistake. What do you think?
I mean, see this point?
How's the second gallery?
Well, yeah, he
15 love.
does vary his pace very well. I just think it was an uncharacteristic mistake. Rob's footwork was a little slow on that volley.
15 all.
It's interesting talking to Rob earlier. You know, he was talking about how the fact that it's a couple of degrees warmer today, that might make a difference. I mean, some of the stuff I had no idea would have a huge impact on how they're playing, but all the stuff he considers.
Great drive from there.
30-15.
I think the dead-on cameraman on day one was a little worried that plexiglass wasn't going to hold. I think they've got a spare sheet of it just in case.
Hazard second, worse than last gallery.
Yeah.
30-15.
Yeah, it would be a little unnerving.
Any early action on the tweets?
Let me check. We did have some tweets coming in early. before the
Really
play
enjoyed
started.
hearing from you all last time, guys. Let's keep it lively. Hopefully got the same number of people on as we did on Tuesday.
I'll get back to them. I'll have them ready on the next change of ends.
There we go.
Server leads
Get typing,
30-15.
guys. Let's get trending
Hazard
again.
second gallery.
Let's get trending.
We've got Hazard here.
Oh.
What a pickup. Oh, sensational pickup from Rob.
Cam maybe lost that one in
30
the
all.
lights a bit.
Worse than last gallery.
These nice new LED lights here at Newport, pretty bright on court.
40-30.
Lovely cut volley. For Rob to win the night tonight, that's really
Yes.
got to be working well. That and his forcing, I think.
I mean, they were his trademark shots throughout his career, the main wall force and the volley return, having the most devastating returning game that the game's ever seen. That definitely needs to be on if he's going to topple this wonderful athlete and player that we see in Cameron Riviere. If he finds his first grill of the night.
Yeah, he wasn't
Serves
happy though.
advantage.
He thought it was down from Rob.
Last gallery.
Picked off the gallery, needs a serve, game point down. So let's hear some of these tweets. We got one from Kathy Vigrass, Go RF, a picture of Team Vigrass supporting at Real Rob Fay RTWC 16.
Kathy Vigrass, the original from the production line of Chris and Gail, who had 5 children, of which Claire was number 4.
We got one from Craig Green. I think they probably both take 2 all tonight.
Advantage, receiver.
RTWC 16.
Chase the last gallery.
Take 2 all. I think the neutrals all want to have an interesting day 3, so we want Rob to put in a challenge today. All the
Game
Cam
receiver.
fans will be looking for as little as possible on Saturday, but we'll see how
Two
they
games
play
full
it
up.
out.
Second gallery.
Good point, that one. Rob defending well and Camden attacking. Ends up with a gallery.
Charlie Braham's been doing some of the set-by-set stats, so it'll be interesting to see the gallery count in particular in this first set.
More intent from Camden tonight. He's come out swinging. 2 chases.
Second gallery and worse
Here's
than
more
second
tweets.
gallery.
Got one from Sarah
Let's go.
Sayers, the wife of Bryn, watching the RTWC 16 with Bryn Sayers. Hoping to watch more than I managed on day 1. Must stay awake. Yes, stay awake, guys. Hi from Maddie and me. Bryn and Sarah. Wish you were coming here in a week's time for the Pro Singles, Bryn.
Put the kettle on, guys. Have a coffee.
No strokes. Chase the second gallery.
Here we go, second gallery chase.
Love.
Rob missing the chance to go
Worse
down the
than
line
second
there.
gallery.
This is what Camden does to you. He's so quick across the court that he makes you fight for those margins and get so close to actually beat him that you bring the net into play.
Love.
Oh, he was there. It was a good burst
30.
deep into the corner.
Yeah, I think he wrong-footed him slightly. He was expecting the main wall.
I was too.
40-15.
Yeah, he's not happy with himself there. That's where he's made his name, just punching that ball into the corner. He's missed a bit early on.
Oh, that skipped up.
Great get.
Well played from Camden. Tried to steal a gallery, Rob, but just
Game
missing
server.
earlier on.
3 games
rally.
to love.
Very quickly, Cam raised to 3-love lead. That's definitely not the start Rob would have been looking for, I'm guessing.
Absolutely not. What a cut volley. There we go.
That's what I'm looking to see today
Chase
with
better than a
the
yard.
slightly rougher balls. They're not going to get through the air and skid on the floor quite as quickly. When they get to that back wall, they're really going to rip down a bit more today. So if you can find the back
Do
wall,
you see that pickup?
as they're saying these days, pretty cray-cray.
Love.
Yeah, if you can get it to that back wall, then he might get that sucked down and get that chase. I mean, he doesn't have to just rely on the
Better than a
galleries.
yard, first gallery.
Some more tweets here for you guys. Britton Elmore. Great finals coverage at packetnetwork.com. Nice to catch the match here in Bangkok. Shout out to the folks back home at Princess RTWC 16. Yeah, it's been fantastic work from packetnetwork.com. Great bunch of guys to work with too, Matty.
So that's Bangkok. That's a pretty awesome place to be watching from. Can we do any better than that tonight, guys? Who's watching somewhere? Everyone tell the truth, please.
Love. 15-love receiver leads. Better than a yard.
Oh, great lead. The other thing about getting these short chases,
Lost the chase.
Nick, of
15
course,
all.
is that
Chase the first gallery.
he can. It's a shorter point, and he's going to want a lot more short points today, I think, Rob. The minute it's a gallery chase, they're going to open up a floor rally again, and it's definitely to Cam's advantage to be doing that.
First gallery. Oh, well played from Rob. Little stare down. Playing Cam, no, I've got speed as well.
It's
Brilliant.
not bad for 48.
30-15.
Oh, wow.
All.
Missing that one down the line.
How much you loving these replays, guys? I mean, you may not be here with the golden ticket, but you're getting to see some of the stuff that these guys are live can't see. A lot of these replays.
Whoa.
Let us know.
All.
Oh, good shot from Rob. Driving it low under the grill. Emphatic.
40-30.
Oh,
Deuce.
perhaps the second gallery post got in his way there. Rob can keep finding these definitive winners. It's a lot easier to sort of have the confidence to keep going for them again when you're having to sort of win a rally on shot number 10 or 12 or 14 or something. Then you don't get that sense of this is exactly what I need to be doing to win. But if he knows that he can get more volleys under the grill as winners today, then maybe he's going to start shooting for them a bit more. Cam's going to want to keep him guessing, keeping that.
He fizzed that one well down the line there, Maddie.
Trying to show that
Chase
invincibility.
2, deuce.
Great control.
And better than last gallery, deuce.
Go two chasers. Let's get on those tweets. Frank Goulburn, RTWC16. Staying awake long enough for a 4-0 day to Rob to give us a virtual wave. Matty, Frank and Claire. Leg spinner. Why does no one clap in the dead-ons? It's a good point.
Yeah, I guess we're
They're the posh spectators, you could say.
getting more of the applause from the cheap seats. They look like they're having a lively discussion in there, though. Wake up, guys, come on. It's got a little problem with his shoe there.
Another one. Keith Mays. Let's go, Cam, from 1 mile down the road in the city by the sea. Why are you not here, Keith? We've got great coverage at the Casino Theatre. Massive screen. Get yourself down here. Lucy Fisher. Totes Cray Cray. RTWC 16.
Totes cray cray.
Sergio Lopez. Yes, we can. Great job to the commentators. RTWC 16. Thank you, Sergio, our Spanish friend.
I think he's upstairs manning the bar or helping himself to it, one of the two.
He's doing one of them. Hi, Sergio.
All right, here we go again. Score is
Score is deuce. Chase 2.
That's great tennis.
Good shot.
I bet Cam was happy with that serve as well. Super volley return.
Advantage receiver. Better than last gallery.
There we go. Rob is on the board. 1-3. Fifth set. Day 2.
Game receiver. 1 game to 3.
Held that beautifully late, Camden. Sent Rob the wrong
15
way.
love.
I wish that sort of thing would get as much applause as the winning openings. It's just as much a winner.
Second gallery.
Yeah, he's definitely come out shooting for those galleries, Nick.
Second gallery,
Yeah.
15 love.
He needs to be on the service side more for sure to win tonight. There we go. That was just too quick for Ken, and he was there, but flew right past him. Great main ball.
15 all.
Here we go. Here's a replay of that. Look at that speed. That's that boast. I really don't like that as a shot.
30-15.
It doesn't work as well as Melbourne. See, Cam's there easily. It's on his forehand. He's going to get it every time.
It's the problem, I guess, because Rob himself has struggled with it when Cam said it, but this is the left-right sort of conversation. Of course, Wayne Davis on Tuesday would suggest that Cam would be struggling there, but as a left-hander. But I think this game he's moved the left-handed game to a position where he really doesn't have many weaknesses that the right-hander can exploit easily.
Nah, he's been brilliant as a left-hander. Proving that left-handers can be more of an advantage than a right-hander. Well played from Cam.
It's a debate for the ages, of course. No right answer.
40-15, second gallery.
That last point, winning shot from Camden down the line, forcing the error out of Rob.
Rob talked about it being a couple of degrees warmer today, but maybe they got the AC on, cranked up a bit. I feel like it's almost cooler today, Nick. Is that just me smoking something?
They've got the
Receiver leads
aircon on. It's
40-15,
definitely warmer
chase
on
the
court.
second gallery.
Okay.
We like to look after you, Matty.
Well, quite right too.
Not happy with that one.
Game receiver, 4 games to 1.
Obviously, he would like to take that one back, but he certainly looks like he's recovered well from Tuesday. You often wonder how long it takes to recover from these things. I think if I'd played that day one tennis, it would take me about 3 weeks, but Rob seems pretty fresh after 36 hours or so.
Great shot. Yes, absolutely. He takes the approach to the World
15 love.
Championship so professionally. He's got a team around him. He was in early, stretching with his trainer, get him limbered up.
Pull.
And I know after day one, he was in late at night, stretching, warming down. Yep. Takes very good care of himself, does Rob. Lovely finish from Rob.
30 love.
Doesn't feel like the rallies are quite as long, but maybe I'm thinking more about the last couple of sets from Tuesday rather than the first couple.
I think you're right. It's taken them a while to sort of get going. It's first set of day 2.
I was just going to say, I think they're hitting their targets a bit better. I think they've put points away a little better to start off with. There's a little
Half
bit
a yard, 15-30.
of net cord luck from Cam there to a perfect chase. Oh,
Rob's not happy. He's having a word to the referee. Love to know what he was saying.
probably something not repeatable.
Half a yard and hazard the door. 15-30.
Anyone got any amazing observations from day one or early on day two? Let us know. Anyone thinks we're talking rubbish and got something better to say? We'll happily listen to your lively discussion.
John Patton, get one in. Here we go.
Receiver leads,
Enjoying this year's commentary.
15-30.
Keep it
Chase
up,
half a
Matt
yard.
and Nick.
John Patton of the Washington Prince's Court.
$30 all. Hazard chase the door.
Known to have a 25 handicap in tennis and an 80 handicap in banter. Rob will take that, still his point.
Yep, has a chase.
40-30.
Game, Rob. Camden often talks about getting to 4 games first. He always believes if he can get to 4
Game
first, he's going to close
2
out the
games
set.
to 4.
Let's see if he does it here, if Rob fights back and takes the set.
Given a ball on the penthouse on the forehand instead of going for a dead on. Rob was looking for last gallery. I know he won the point in the game there, but he was once again looking for the
love.
service end. Very much a statement of intent.
15 all.
The other thing about a gallery is, I mean, it's not an opening in the true sense of the word, but when you hit it, it finishes a point,
No
and
chase.
it gives you that feeling that you've ended something
15
on
all.
your terms, even though those terms are not applause worthy necessarily. It's I'm sure that's Rob will want that, you know, just to feel that he's controlling some of these points.
How's he got that back?
There it
There's
is.
that gallery. Great defending from Camden though.
Second
That'd have
gallery,
been 2 winners
15 all.
against anyone else.
Second gallery, Hazard, second gallery.
Got his chase,
15 all.
but once again, no intent to put it past Camden in his forehand corner, going straight for second gallery again.
Yep. Yeah, there's that great defence from Camden. And here again, oh, what pickups.
I'm often a big fan, like even if you're going to lose the point, if you can make them play one extra good shot, it just you've got a certain number of great shots in you in a match, and he's just made him play one more to finish off the point there, and that's what Camden does to you. Makes you play more and more of your best tennis until you've got no best tennis left.
15 all, chase the second gallery.
Rob will want to feel like he's got ball in dead on net as well, so he stopped him achieving that by simply getting a rack on it and getting it back.
Out of court.
He's not pulling off the shots like he normally
30,
does.
15,
It's very
Hazard,
frustrating.
second gallery.
Clearly,
Something's upsetting him.
he can't get past in the traditional way, so perhaps he's
Hazard, second
finally
gallery.
not playing the tennis he wants to play, and he's being forced out of his comfort zone to try and win points in what he would consider to be an unconventional way. We all think of Rob for his volley return serve, his main wall force, and that.
40,
but
15.
He's always very much been a paint by numbers type of guy. If I get this ball, I'm putting in this response. If I get this, I'm doing that. And so he very much wants to be able to say, if I'm getting this is how I'm going to beat Cam. And I think what Cam's been doing to him is saying, well, that's not going to work, buddy. You want to beat me, you got to do something different. And I think that's the source of Rob's frustration, is that his traditional paint by numbers
Game
tactic,
receiver.
the way he plays, isn't getting it past him. Once again, here's the frustration. He does
5 games to 2.
does not want to be 4 sets to 1 down here.
He's not happy, Rob. 5-2 down, certainly not happy today. We didn't see any of this in day one, the frustration.
$15
Cam's got to be
That's a
careful
gift
here.
there from
He's
Cam.
got to just keep playing his game, not let Rob's frustration affect him. The reason Rob's frustrated is because of how Cam's playing, so he's got to try and play in exactly the same way. Rob gifted him a missed railroad there, and he responded in kind with an error.
15 all.
What a boast. Brilliant shot.
Chase 2 and 3, 15 all.
That's about as accurate as it comes.
30, 15.
Finish from Rob.
30 all.
He's going to want this point. Cam's got a good chase in the bank.
Any more?
40-30, chase 2 and 3.
Got replay here. Got some more tweets too for you, Maddie. So showing the replays, I'm going to shout out a couple more tweets. Joey Katona, I want nothing more than to be mentioned live by a Ronaldson.
Well, that was by a howl. So
Sorry, Joey.
Joey Katona, we are mentioning you officially. Enjoy the match.
Receiver leads 40-30, chase 2 and 3. Deuce.
Fortunate bounce for Camden there.
Cool, I thought I was going to wear that one. Luckily, there's a nice big piece of glass in the
Deuce.
way.
There's that brilliant defence from Camden.
Service advantage.
Replay of that poor.
Came down absolutely flush. Gallery? No.
There's a first set to Camden on day 2. He's 3 sets away from being world champion.
Game in the 5th set.
Let's see Rob's
Server leads
reply.
4 sets to 1.
Ross going to draw on all of his experience here. Now, in one sense, he's 4 sets to 1 down. On the other sense, he needs to
Chase
get
the door.
a 3-1 or a 2-all. So if he can still pull out some good tennis here, he can still achieve the sort of the scoreline that he was looking for pre-game. Obviously, Cam's going to be once again even more settled into his job here.
15 love.
4 sets down, 3 to go from his perspective.
Well, 2 years ago in Melbourne, he lost the first set on day 2 and then went on to win 3 straight. Let's see if he can do that here. I missed that gallery. Finish.
That set point that Camden won, it started from the fact that Rob tried to beat him again in the corner.
30 love.
Cam got it back, and the very next shot he was hitting a grill. So again, that's the way Rob would like to play in an ideal world.
15-30.
At some point, he might just have to go hammer time, unleash the fury.
Door and second gallery.
Be interesting to see if we do see much difference in this set from Rob. If we can see any obvious change in tactics. Is he going to force more? Is he going to go straight more? I felt on day 1 whenever he forced straight at Camden, he didn't really do much with it. He's more comfortable running across and covering the main wall dead on, believe it or not. More tweets, Maddie. Darren Long. Cam is on. Looks like Rob is trying to keep it off Cam's forehand. That'd be a close one.
Thank you, Darren, up in Manchester, I believe.
Ben Cook, youngest real tennis player. Connor Cook watching the boys. I think Sophie Fay might have you beaten there,
Receiver
Ben.
leads
She's up in the pro
15-30.
shop
Chase
watching.
the door.
Unless, of course, the Lopez boy is watching.
That's true.
Albie. Obi. Something like that.
Obi.
Obi.
40-15.
That should have been an easy
Second
put away
gallery.
for Rob, but he just didn't see it popping up that way. That railroad's not on again, Nicky. He's not quite finding his rhythm there.
No, he's not serving it as a second serve. He did that 2 years ago. Just serve railroad non-stop. Oh, good
Game
burst
receiver.
from Camden.
I don't think Rob's found an answer for that boast at all on day 1. It doesn't look like he's found it on day 2
First
either.
game.
How's he got that back? How's he got that back? That is ridiculous. Love to see a replay on this. Unbelievable. Wow.
Chase a yard better than second gallery.
Sure, we'll get replay of it at some point.
Yeah, that's the one I used to just put away back in the day.
Here's that replay. Here's that get. Watch this.
Oh, the wall. This is the thing, Rob's frustrated, not with his shot, with the fact that he couldn't get it back, just the fact that Cam's just got behind him, played a boast off the wall on the volley and got that back to a winning position. That's tough to face. Leaves you with that, what on earth do I do feeling.
Good finish.
$15 all. One chase.
Got to find that. Where is it?
Oh, brilliant. Full 360, then bang and winning gallery.
Oh, really got dizzy there.
You definitely would have got dizzy, man.
30-15.
I've probably fallen flat on my face, but that's why I'm not playing today.
Oh.
Playing tomorrow, though.
Yes.
Big Pro-Am final.
Yeah. So the unofficial main event of the week.
$30 all. Oh.
I'm having to revert to that second serve again. He should be able to defend this ball, but it's not the rally he wants to generate. Paint by numbers concept. You can't get that first serve in. You can't get the rally you
chase
want.
a yard better than second gallery.
A few first set stats for you. Camden Riviere, dead-ons 2, grills 2, winning galleries 1, galleries 3. Rob Fay, 2 dead-ons, 2 grills, no winning galleries, and 6 galleries. So once again, statement of intent in terms of change of ends. Hasn't done him any good so far. But that may all change. Still time. It's the beauty of a World Championship.
Server leads 40-30. Chase a yard better than second gallery.
Chance for 2-0 for Cam here.
Cam goes
Game server, 2 games to love.
2 love up here.
Something that's categorising Camden here. Not talking about Steve here for a second, but just thinking about Tim Chisholm and the speed those two guys played at. You know, Rob would slam a ball at Tim and it would just come back with
Last
just
gallery.
as much on it. But he would then have a firm ball to play next, whereas Cam's playing with soft hands, so he's hitting that hard ball in and it's coming back sort of near the sort of the hazard second line, just coming over that winning gallery line. So he's got a very, very delicate ball to play against the fastest guy out there. Very, very hard to get right. Going hard then soft.
You're spot on with that. That's part of Camden's great skill.
30 love. Last gallery, second gallery.
2 more gallery chases here. Any more tweets, Nick?
James Theodore, bring on the winning galleries. RTWC 16. Corin Jenkins, hammer time. Bring it on. RTWC 16.
I I hope he's talking about the hard hitting rather than the alcohol.
Why not both? RTWC 16 from Seacourt Tennis Club. Seacourt Brains Trust want to know how long it takes Maddie to charge his at Fitbit. You don't even own one, do you, Matty?
Chase the last gallery.
My father promised me one for my birthday. He told me to go out and buy one. I am intending to.
Yep.
Have not set the number of steps for the day yet. Depends how far it is to Burger King, I guess.
Don't want that kale salad.
That's what they serve at Burger King. Here's a good rally.
Oh.
Come on, guys. Finish it with a winner. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
What a rally. Rob can win a few more like that. He'll get his confidence up.
40 love, Chase the second gallery. Game.
So here we go. There's railroad in. Gets the return he wants. Pulls Camden onto the volley reserve on the backhand. Then he gets the chance to hit the winner.
Picked it off beautifully.
Got to get that railroad going if he's got any chance.
Love.
Is he misreading the court, or is he just not getting there as quick as he'd like, Nick?
Fault.
Well marked.
It's hard to tell, you know. I think he's there. He's just not hitting it as clean as you'd like. Camden's putting him under pressure, and he knows he can play a lot better than this, or Rob feels that anyway. Oh, how's he covered that?
We were expecting that one to hit us.
As a
That's
second
brilliant.
gallery, 15 love.
There was a flash of dark orange and the ball was back over the net. See, that's there. Cam does not hit that dead on very hard. I'm sure Rob's expecting it quicker. And it just doesn't arrive, and he's kind of already on the way down from his jump. We can see that a little later on. It's well played.
How's it second? Chase better than second gallery.
Something that always happens, Nick. I kind of feel like the guy in the ascendancy always seems to get the luck now. Cam certainly wasn't aiming for that net cord, but he's playing well, and
There's that replay.
Ball wasn't travelling that quick. He
Yeah,
was
mistimed it. Yeah,
through the volley before it arrived.
you're spot on with that one, Matty.
Server leads, 30 love. Hazard, second gallery. Hazard, second gallery.
So weird to think of the way to beat the world's best player is to not hit it quite as hard, even when you're going for the dead on. Just flop it at him and he'll mess it up. But it seems the way Camden's got some points that way over the last day and a bit. Good get.
Lovely finish.
Forty love, Chase better than second gallery.
Too good.
Game server, 3 games to 1. $15 love.
I guess sooner or later we've got to start talking about it, Nick. At what point is Rob running out of chances here?
Well,
there's a, we talk about Rob trying to get back and making for an interesting scoreline for Saturday. We've also got to address the possibility that this match is going to be all over today.
Stroke.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 love.
Just doesn't want to let Camden get to six sets today.
Or 7.
obviously 7, it's all over. But what I mean is, if he does take a set, he doesn't want to be 6-2 down going into final day.
Yeah. That's good.
There's the gallery. Another good point.
Chase the door, 30 love. Nope. Chase
Good call.
1 and 2.
I looked down. Fizzed hard in that corner.
That's what Rob needs. He needs some of those short
30
chases.
love, the door, and 1 and 2.
That feeling that he can be beaten in the corner. I just don't think he got a I say a single one. I don't think he got very many winners off that return on day one. He's got a couple today, not many, but just the sense that it might be possible. Keep him feeling positive, like he's got a way round this lightning fast world #1 in Camden Riviera.
Yeah, that would be comforting for Rob to see it. His trademark cut volley fizzing down, and Cam not able to get it. It's too good.
Server leads, 30 love.
Cut down brilliantly
Chase
well.
the door.
That's a good get.
Well played.
That's it. He's frustrated again. He's just got 2 ridiculous shots
15,
back, and
30.
he's still lost
Chase
that
1 and
point.
2.
I think where I was talking about taking an extra shot to win a point for Cam, making Rob do that, I think Cam will be happy with those long rallies. He'll be happy for Rob to keep getting him back, and when he's winning a 10-shot rally, he's over the moon with that. That's
40-15.
right up his alley.
Oh, there's a shot from the world champion. Unbelievable.
Off that first
Game
railroad
server.
going in there.
2 games to 3.
Cam just making Rob wait.
We take this ridiculously complicated game, and sometimes we can just put it down to a couple of simple things.
Here we go.
This is what
Sorry to cut you off, Maddie.
Yep.
Just a little replay of that. Brilliant.
Some of these simple things that you guys, when you take your lessons off your club
Chase
pros,
5.
they're telling you the basics. If you get down the service end, you should win 70% of the points. If you get your first serve in, you're looking much better. And here we have it. Rob's trying to get down the service end. He's trying to get his railroad in. And, is it going to be as simple as that? Get that right or perish. Get it right and you've got a chance.
I just
5
don't
and more
like
than a
that
yard
serve
worse than
from
last
Rob,
gallery.
He's allowing
stroke.
Cam to turn, and when he does, he delays his hand so brilliantly well, and he can go either way.
This is exactly my point. It's come as a serve that Rob doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
He's not confident on his railroad. He's not getting him in, and he's having to hit a serve which is right into Cam's wheelhouse. What do they think out there in the sphere?
Yeah, what do you guys think? Love to see Rob just back himself like he's always done and just go railroad.
Who said that? You?
No stroke.
said
Was that a tweet?
Chase
Oh,
No,
5.
that's me.
I thought it was a
Chase
tweet.
5.
No, not yet.
Tweet there from Nick Howell, from himself to himself.
Hashtag RTWC16.
$15 love, more than a yard worse than last gallery.
Andale,
Oh.
andale.
30 love.
Wrong footed Cam, he gets across, still puts it in for basically a winner. And Rob will have felt he should have done better, but it's that pressure he keeps putting on.
Oh. Cam was on top on that point, and Rob sneaks out a winner.
15-30. Last gallery.
There's the gallery again. Doesn't want the force, doesn't want to
15,
rally,
30.
wants to finish a short point, get down that service
Last
end.
gallery.
Thanks very much. Take a sigh, get on to the next point. It's another Boaster Cam's forehand, another Camden winner.
Some more tweets for you here, Matty.
40-15.
Paul
Last
Bollerman,
gallery.
greetings from the 2026 RTWC location, the Netherlands, and cheers to Nick and Matt and the stream team for keeping me up at night. You're welcome, Paul. I'd love to see a World Championship at Holland. I'd love to see you have a court. Absolutely.
I don't know the language, I can't do the accent, but welcome and enjoy the match.
40-15. Receiver leads. Last gallery.
Or Bangkok, Holland. Where else are you watching from, guys? Let us know.
Cam's not happy. He was convinced that ball was down from Rob. Absolutely convinced.
30-40.
It's a close one, that's for sure.
Game receiver.
Doesn't matter.
4-2.
Cam hits it dead on and goes 4-2 up.
Something Cam's done well. He was a little frustrated there, clearly, but he's just answered it emphatically with a winner, and then now he can just put it
15
behind
love.
him, forget about it, and get on. Like when you lose the next point, that's when you tend to dwell on these things, and he's just immediately moving on, still 4-2 up. That's the part of the set you say he likes to get to, Nick, and he's now flushed that out of his memory and just getting on with playing tennis again.
Good finish. Lovely touch. Again though, Cam being 4-2 up, he loves to get to 4 games first. He generally believes if he gets to 4 first, he's going to win the set.
Too
Good
good.
cut volley.
Too good. That's why Cam's so strong.
Chase 1 and 2, 15-all.
I just think he's developed his backhand so well that that whole left-handed weakness thing is just, we just don't notice it as much. I think you look at someone like Steve, he's arguably got the best left-handed forehand the game's ever seen, but he's that much weaker when he's on his backhand, and it makes the tactic that little bit more obvious of how you want to play him. But with Camden, okay, he hasn't got that absolute gun on the forehand, but
30-15.
he's also just so strong on his backhand that, either way he's got an answer for you.
Oh.
30-all.
That was a gift.
That's a big point, that can give Rob a 3-4.
Wonder when
1 and
Cam
2.
starts thinking, I'm going to win here, I'm going to win the World Champs. He can see the finish line. He won't be thinking it yet, but there will become a time.
I know he's had Dacre Stoker working with him for a few years now on the
40,
mental
30,
side of his
Chase
game.
1 and 2.
I'm sure they'll have talked about that.
Some more tweets coming in, Matty, if you like.
Yep, go for it.
Hugo van der Meer from Holland, staying up all night to watch Cam and Rob go at it. Great commentary, M&N. Thanks, Hugo.
Lots of Dutchies.
We're reaching all the audiences around the world tonight, Matty. Bangkok, Holland.
Bolton, maybe? We've got David Fowler back.
Server leads 40-30, Chase 1 and 2. Lost the chase and the game. 5 games to 2.
I know we had former ladies multi-world champion Charlotte Cornwallis watching from South Africa on day one.
Oh, what a cover.
Stroke. 15 love receiver.
Is there anyone from Antarctica?
Love.
Even if Rob loses this set, if he can just put a few points together, then he can take that confidence into set number 3. If he wins the next 2, he's still got a chance. But if he can't find his rhythm soon, then, as we say, we have to talk about that possibility of only getting 2 sets of 2 days of excitement. Excuse me.
30 love.
He's trying to turn it on. This is ridiculous.
Oh, what a point.
I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's just a feeling, but I've watched Rob in the
15,
past.
30.
I felt like challengers trying to take on the king. I just feel like Cam's playing like a champion tonight. Playing like a champion on day one.
40-15.
Doesn't look like a challenger. Looks like he's, he's already there.
40-15, second gallery.
Rob seems to be the one who's chasing after his game.
Josh Dodson tweeting, watching from Brooklyn, Big Apple. Adam Player, great commentary on the Real Tennis World Champs, Nikki Howe 17, and Matty, future job with Sky Sports. See you next week.
We're looking for contracts from ESPN, not Sky Sports, if anyone knows the contacts.
Server leads
both live in America
40-15,
now.
chase the second gallery.
Game point for Faye. Got the railroad he wanted. Still Cam's point.
30-40. Oh,
We heard from anyone in the casino theatre on the big screen? Anyone tweeting from there? Let us know. Send us a selfie.
deuce.
It's another game gone begging. 40-15 up, and just like that, it's deuce. Looking like a 3-5 and maybe a hint now. He's trying to save the set again.
Vantage receiver.
There's the second set.
There it is. 4 points in a row.
Wow. He's close now.
Going to get a little break in play as they both de-shirt.
We'll get some more tweets out there.
Yeah.
We've got
Jeez,
one
he looks
from
ripped. Wow.
We've got some work, someone, Murta at RT Middle East. What? Is Qatar invisible? Been tweeting for days, and all we get as Bangkok and Holland, we also have no court. Play fair.
Any more, Nicky?
We've got more. Absolutely. John Herbert. Come on, Rob. 1 set is all you need today. Hobart Real Tennis Club. Home of the champ.
All right. I think it's taken him nearly Nearly 2 sets to come down the stairs, but Chris Ronaldson's finally with us, world champion from 81 to 87.
Go, Serge.
He's just figuring out the technology here. Give us a second. Chris, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yeah.
Chris, how do you see this? How do you see this day 2 here?
Do you know, I think the impression I have most of all is a bit like watching Djokovic against Federer. That Federer is a magnificent player, Djokovic, a magnificent retriever, but it's got to the stage where you feel like they can have close matches, but will Federer ever win another one?
Interesting.
Camden's been terrific again. Rob's made many more mistakes, and I think it's hard to see a way back for Rob from here.
Okay, I was just going to ask you that. I mean,
5 sets to 1 down. He's effectively got to win 6 sets to 1 from now on. And he's just being out-marshalled. Camden knows very well that he doesn't have to play great shots all the time. He just has to keep putting the ball back. And that's a very comforting feeling for him, and it's a disturbing one for Rob.
Okay, Chris, you were champion 81 to 87.
That's 1981, by the way, not 1881.
I was never going to suggest anything otherwise, Chris. I mean, clearly you were around in 81, but it took you 1881, that is, but it took you a little while to find your feet in the game. Tell us, give us a view as a sort of not only a champion who had to take the crown, but also someone who eventually lost it. What's Rob's perspective here?
I'm sorry, I missed your question there.
Did you feel it coming when Wayne was able to take the crown from you, or tell us about that last championship?
He's still touching it.
When Wayne did defeat me, it was a shock at the time. I think my record against Wayne, it was 16 matches to 1 at the time. Wow. So I certainly wasn't psychologically ready for it. Yeah, it's a blow. It's part of your way of life. And Rob's, if he loses today, and of course it's not over yet, but if he does, then it's he's going to have to adjust to his new life. With a new baby, it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the difference. I guess Rob has been tapering off the tournament schedule, and he's lost the cam in events. Whereas, when you lost your title, you were still dominant in the game. Is that right to say?
Yeah, I was getting a bit long in the tooth. Not as long as Rob, but I wasn't ever as athletic as he is.
Now, Chris, not to say that you don't still have a massive influence on the game. I know that Camden came to visit you over in England a couple of months ago and spent some time with you on court. Can you let us know what you were working on? Is that allowed?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. He was concerned about how to cope with railroads, and we worked on the number of shots he could do in response to a railroad. He was concerned about the severity of the ball in the forehand corner and where he wanted to direct Rob's cut volley.
Mm-hmm. His backhand corner.
Yes, his backhand corner, and essentially most of the work we did was to do with serve and return of serve. He knew that once the rally starts, he's going to win the vast majority of the rallies, but he needed to get off in the rally on a good foot.
They've just started the 7th set here today.
And Chris, we heard from Wayne yesterday, who was still adamant that this is a right-hander's game. Would
Chase
you like
2
to
and
weigh
3.
in on that?
I'd like to weigh in, first of all, by saying that pretty much anything Wayne says, the opposite is likely to be true. I'm sorry you had to put up with him for 10 minutes yesterday.
2 and 3
we
worse
had to
than
put up
6.
with him for about
No
20
strokes.
years. So
Longest 10 minutes of my life, Chris. Wayne, I hope you're listening today. We appreciate you coming in.
there are 3 of the top 4 players in the world probably currently who are left-handers. I don't think that argument holds water anymore.
Okay, that's interesting. We also had a lively discussion earlier about the balls
strokes.
and how
Chase,
they
2 and
affect
3.
people. I was
2
thinking
and
that
3.
a day 2 set of balls might benefit Rob better. You thinking it was more the other way around? Care to comment live?
I think the older balls do favour the retriever. I think balls which would have come down to worse than a yard on day 1 are coming down to better than 2 today. And I think that favours Camden.
Essentially, 'cause I was thinking more in terms of how the ball came off the racket
15
as
love,
well. 'Cause
worse
I
than
think with an
6.
older ball, you might get more control off the racket. But
I don't see that as being such a big factor.
okay, well, you were the champion. I was just the fat runaround. So we'll go with what you think.
I have to say this has been
15 all.
a marvellous match, hasn't it? It's really and brilliantly organised by Stephen DeVoe and Newport.
Yes, thank you for telling us
They've
that.
really done the game proud here.
It's certainly been a joy to be a part of the event from my perspective. Great production crew, and like you say, really well organised, and behind every great man is a greater woman, and Ellen DeVoe has been absolutely fantastic.
I think also in my experience, there have been, in the modern era, there have been three, great shot.
That was a fantastic point there, boys.
There have been three really great World Championships, and two of them
Chase
been here at
worse than a
Newport. I
yard,
think
15
it's
all.
Where was the
Fay
third?
against Chisholm here, and this match,
Oh.
I think, have been the best amongst them. Fay against Chisholm at Hampton Court when it went 7-6 was also brilliant.
Chris, can I just ask you, Will, being
No.
ex-world
Worse than
champion,
the yard,
and
1 and
the
2,
first time
15
you
all.
became world champion, the realisation you can see the
Came out.
finish line, will that affect Cam's game much? Will he really feel the pressure? Could Rob find a way back in just through the nerves of Camden, thinking, I can win, I can see the finish line, I'm going to win?
I think if that was going to happen, that would have happened at the end of last set. If Rob had managed to squeeze a couple of games at the end of last set, and it get up to 4-5, then that might have been scary. But I think the way it's going, unless
15
Rob
all.
managed to put something out the
15
bag,
all, worse than a yard.
it might not get close enough for that to happen. I think for all those of us who here watching a good contest, we'd like it to go a long way, but my fear is that it won't.
Now, Chris, we've got people chiming in
Lost
on
the
Twitter.
chase.
Just to let you know, Chris, Twitter
30,
is this
15,
thing that happens
chase
on
1
something
and
called
2.
the internet. And is there anything you'd like to say to those guys out there?
Sorry, what's the internet?
It's this thing that came around a little recently, and people are actually watching at home.
Well, even if you're watching home, you're
Not
seeing
up.
a great match.
Lost the chase, worse
Yeah,
than 2.
great coverage, yeah.
I've got a tweet,
40,
well, not a
15.
tweet, a Facebook message from your godson who's watching. Benny Howe says, hi Chris, when are you coming to watch him play cricket?
In the summer with your dad.
Game server.
Focus on this match. It's a pretty important stage of the match here.
But Rob takes the first game.
First game.
Chris, we're going to try and get back to the coverage here. Any last comments for us?
No, keep doing the good job, and let's just hope that this match turns out to be close.
Great. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
World champion 81 to 87. 1981.
15 up.
So, Faye up a game. Needs this set to have any chance.
Oh.
As Chris says, he's got to essentially win 6-1 right now. It's a daunting task against anyone, let alone Camden, on this type of form.
$15 all.
I think that's something you see in a lot of sports, is whether it's
Oh.
golfers trying to get their first major, tennis players, the same thing. Some people seem to just blast through and win it like it was nothing, and other people spend their whole lives chasing that first major thing. Now, I know Camden's won a lot of Opens, but I'm sure he'd trade every single one of them right now for this World Championship, and some people have that getting over the line issue, and some people just find a way. And I think what we're seeing here is years. When I say years, Cameron's still a young guy, but it's actually 8
Beautiful
years.
shot. Sorry, Maddie.
Yep.
That's just a stunning backhand volley down the
30,
line.
15.
But I do agree with what you're saying.
8 years since he first was on the World Championship scene, challenging Rob, and he's been training for 8 years. I say, think of him being that old, yet he's this young. He's been training for 8 years on that first World
How's the
Championship.
chase? Worse than 2. 30,
Improve his
15.
game to where it is now, that he's finally taken charge over Rob on the biggest stage of them all.
Great disguise from Camden there.
Better than 2.
Rob.
Better than 2, 30-15. Receiver leads.
How's everyone reacting to the second set to Cam there, Nick? Anyone actually commenting on the match or just wanting to say hi?
Let me have a look. It was great having your uncle on.
Yeah.
Fascinating insight into the game.
Tell you, if
Receiver
anyone knows
leads,
the game, it's
30-15.
him.
Hazard, Chase,
Done
worse
so
than
much
2.
for it. We're lucky to have him.
Hazard, worse than 2.
Good tight serve from Rob. Coming from Camden, but Rob sneaks the point.
40-15, Chase better than 2.
We've been having this chat with Chris, and let me see. Rob's actually got a chance to go 2-love up here.
Oh, he's missed it. He's going for the
And
winner.
court.
Into the dead on.
That desperation, or is that
30-40.
just another change of tactics?
There's a little change of tactics. It's trying to beat better than 2, and it is hard to beat Camden on the floor.
Second gallery.
Crowd trying to stir Rob here. The faithful Aussies looking for something
I've
to
got
get
a great
behind still.
tweet here for you, Matt.
Go on then.
It's from your dad, Steve Runnelson at Canford Ron. Matt,
Server
buy a
leads,
Fitbit
30-40. Chase the
at
second gallery.
RTWC16.
Second gallery.
Yeah, I'll try and make him, Steve.
I fully intend to.
I don't believe you.
Fitness is my goal, fitness is my life, so what better way than getting a Fitbit?
Is that those kale salads at Burger
Juice.
King you get?
Didn't know my dad was on Twitter.
What a good shot.
Chase better than half a yard. Juice. Advantage.
There it is, the slow main wall again. He's through the shot before it's even got to him.
Another one for you. BCA SSINJR. VCAS Jr., I think. Join the commentary and the play from Saudi Arabia. Great to have Chris R's analysis. RTWC16. Vern Casson, that is. There we go.
Ah,
Serves advantage. Chase better than half a yard.
or as he's sometimes known, M. Tullius. In joke there, anyone who knows it, have a chuckle. Anyone else, just ignore me.
Well,
Phil Shannon, what concoctions are the players drinking?
The players are something orange based.
Oh, big dead main wall dead on with the chase half a yard.
Juice.
Phil, I have no idea. I gave up on advanced drinks when I was just putting
Serves advantage.
Powerade with a bit of water. That's about as advanced as I ever got. So I think they've got some sort of powder in there. I assume it's all legal. Presumably there's going to be a random drugs test after the event.
One game ball.
I can tell you that it's orange.
Fault. Okay.
Rolled.
Little nick there for Rob. That's the kind of thing he needs to start happening
Chase
for
2.
him.
No strokes.
Amazing how these little things can just help your internal confidence. Followed by a point with a
15 love.
rare miss in length by Camden. Let's not read into it too much at this stage.
So quick. just missed.
2 and a yard worse than second gallery. 15 love.
More tweets here, Matty. Tom Jurek. Cam looking like a hard man to
Test
stop.
1 2, test 1 2.
Good job with the commentary, boys.
Good to hear from you, Tom. Hope Petworth's going well.
That was it. I was trying to remember where he's the head pro at. Petworth.
Give Leanne a big smooch from me.
Tom, you told me you were going to come to the US Pro in November. What happened? Maybe you can tweet that in.
Server leads 15 love. Chase 2.
Simon Edmund, reply to one of your comments. When you find out you're more of a fuddy-duddy than your dad.
Won the chase.
Sure.
$15 all, a yard worse than second gallery.
I sure hope that never happens. I'll have to have a serious word with myself.
That's a nice railroad from Rob.
30-15 server.
He can still piece his railroad together. He's still got a chance to change the texture.
40-15.
Stuck against the wall. Brilliant railroad. We'll see more of that.
It's one thing for Cam to be having response for everything he's done, but we haven't seen the trademark railroad and Camden dealing with it. So
30-40.
he's still got a chance to produce something that he hasn't found regularly in this match so far. But he's gone off to the high drop again, so he's clearly still trying to change things up. Every time he hits that high drop, I see that flat boast come from Cam, and that seems to be a rally Rob shouldn't want, but what do I know?
Well played from Camden.
Deuce.
Railroad point, winning point.
Serves advantage.
Going back to the railroad.
Fault.
Well marked. It's the thing, when Rob gets his railroad right, it is so close to the edge. He hits it so firmly that he needs to get it so close to that orange line that we have here in order to get the length that he's looking for. And so that's the frustration. He misses by that slight amount, and he's looking at a demi-piqué second serve instead of the rally that he's actually looking for.
Out.
Oh, there we go, 2-1.
Merely a souvenir for one lucky player in the upper gallery there.
Server leads 2 games to 1.
Pay up in this set. Only time he was up in any of the sets was set 4, and he won that one, so let's see what happens here. They always talk
15
about
love.
Tiger Woods. I know you're a golf expert as well. They talk about Tiger Woods winning most of his majors from a front-running position, and you know, maybe we can look at something as simple as who's winning those first 2 or 3 games as to who's winning this set. You know, Rob definitely a front runner as well.
Sorry to cut you off. Another lovely volley into winning gallery.
Beautiful.
30
Yeah,
love.
well, Tiger was so dominant, and when he was in the lead, people sort of just buckled, which was what used to happen probably to Rob with his great play. Which, it's a thing of the
Second
great
gallery.
players, when they're up and they're playing well, you know, even if a player gets close to them, they just believe they're going to win. And
So can we surmise that him being 2-1 up is a good omen for this set? Or is that a little bit presumptuous?
a little presumptuous. at this
15-30.
stage.
Second gallery.
But if he can string some shots together, some games together.
So Rob's looking for the 1 bounce railroad, which leads to the volley. That one was the 2 bounce, so which again, Camden's got a
just
decent
30 all.
backhand force. What he really wants is him chipping on the volley. That's one of the hardest things to do for a lefty. Has to be a reserve shot. Cannot get enough
Oh.
power behind it. They really hit a heavy cut. He's trying to get that one bouncer in.
Ooh. Big 40-30. Oh, is it 40-30?
40-30,
Yeah,
second
40-30.
gallery.
Slightly wrong on our screen here. It's 40-30 Rob, and the Chase's second gallery. There we go, they fixed
They're
it
on
up.
the case. That's got to be Ryan Carey. I have to say, and it pains me to say so, Ryan Carey in an outfit I was very jealous of. Pink trousers and a check blue top. I was very, very, very much in admiration of that. Wearing it like a champion. Loving your work, Ryan.
Getting another quick tweet. Bryn Sayers, who's actually qualified for the World Eliminators but opted not to play.
Receiver lead,
Which of you can hit it
40-30,
harder,
second
Nicky or
gallery.
Matty? You trying to stir up a fight between us, Bryn? We had Connor yesterday saying who would win, and I'd have to say Matty both times. He hits it
Jeez.
harder and would beat me at his best.
Certainly got more weight behind the ball. It's not necessarily an indication of pace.
Good pick up. Oh, shot.
That's a great shot. That's a super shot.
Crowd desperately trying to get behind
Advantage receiver.
Rob here.
Such a hard shot to do, to hit over the high part of the net to Cam's forehand dead on, but he's got Cameron covering that backhand side. If he can hit it, maybe he's got...
Oh, it's gone in. 3-1 Rob. Tom Jurek came back
Game
to us
receiver,
actually. Hernia
3
up last
games
week.
to 1.
Getting old. Well, we hope you recover well, Tom. We're sorry you're not.
Hernia op. Roll git.
Last gallery.
Who would have thought?
Oh, shot.
That ball really came down there. Aussies finding their voice, got something to get behind again.
Last gallery and chase 3. No strokes.
It's the tough thing about real tennis, court tennis, whatever you want to say. If you can just start singing songs on the old football pitch or something and getting behind your team that way, but really the only way to truly get behind your player is to support their good play. So change from Rob here, and suddenly there's a very definitive Aussie uproar.
Guess who that was? No strokes. Chase the last gallery. Love, chase 3.
Rob's looks like he's got his focus back, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, what a delicate touch from Cameron down the line.
all. 30-15.
There's that one bouncer again. That's what he's looking for. Could it be that simple? Just get that in every single time, Rob. No big deal.
Two and 3, 30-15.
Slightly harder force from Cam there, and Rob's got the timing on that.
40-15, chase 2 and 3.
This is big. Rob could go 4-1 up here.
Has Cam got his drink to match his hair, do you think?
I think it's company Advocare he uses for his stuff. I think his trainer put it on him, Michael Checky, who's one of the top trainers here in Rhode Island, who's worked Camden very hard over the last 6-7 months.
That's the first bit of advertisement we've had. Big up the trainer.
Yeah, he's also training me now, so he's here watching actually. He's in the galleries.
Receiver leads 40-15, chase 2 and 3. Lost the chase 30-40. Juice.
Breaking news, ladies
Second
and
gallery,
gentlemen.
Juice.
Daddy is on Twitter. He's just texted to confirm. I was worried that my cousin Ivan was trolling, but apparently the old man does want me to get fit. I promise, Dad. Next year's my year.
We'll take that.
Steve's missing his wife, who's gone off to Copenhagen with the sister, so no doubt he's got
Second gallery and the line, Juice.
Chicken jalfrezi sitting next to him. Enjoy.
Got a tweet here for you, Matty, from Zach Edel. Nicky House 17. RTWC. Mark Edel said, how can you have a referee in the dead on who is blind? Well, he doesn't actually have to call the chases or anything like that. He just has to remember them.
Yep.
So as long as he writes them down.
John, as the official scorer, is his main capacity as referee.
Chase the second gallery.
Drew is doing, I think, all the discipline and the fault calls. Historically, the referee would call the railroad faults on that line. He would also be in charge of discipline. But
lost the chase.
Such is Drew's prowess that he's
service advantage. Chase the line.
Both those parts of the match. I think players know that he'll be consistent, so they're happy with that. So John has just basically gets a free dead on seat, which is pretty cool.
Oh, do you see that, Maddie? Oh, it was practically in the hazard gallery for Rob to win. The crowd already cheering, and he's got it back. Wow, that is going to be worth the replay.
Juice.
So close to being 5-1 up.
I was talking to John after day one, Nick, at dinner, and
4-1 up.
John was saying he's still never seen anyone
Juice.
as quick as Cam. I mean, I've heard stories of Mike Gooding and what he was able to do in his heyday. Oh, great guy, Cam. I've heard, Nick Wood was a very, very graceful mover, but John thinks that no player has been as quick as Camden.
And he would know he was playing around. He was playing in that era, maybe towards the end of his career, but he certainly saw what they were capable of live, and it's a testament to Camden for all the work he's put in. His footwork is phenomenal. Some more tweets here. Jake Wurzeldine, who I believe was a pro here once in Newport.
Sure was.
He says, hello, have all the lawn tennis pros in San Diego at our tennis center watching, and they love it. Let's build a court.
Service advantage, more than a yard worse than last gallery.
We would absolutely love that. Hi, guys.
As well as the one in Daniel Island. It's we always look to play our tournaments in
Game
similar climates.
So close to being 4-1 up, and it's now 3-2 to Rob.
Rob's showing a lot of frustration.
2 games
here,
to 3.
He's just got to keep playing. He's playing better this set. He's just got to knuckle down.
It was a disappointment of not going 4-1 up and watching it. He thought he'd had it in that hazard gallery and won the point.
15
Hands
love.
covered it. He's everywhere.
Fault. $15 all.
I've just caught Cam on the leg there. I don't think any pain though.
He'd be too pumped. Nothing will hurt him now. Nice chase for Rob.
Last gallery, 15 all.
Did we ever get those set 2 stats, Nicky?
We did. Sorry, Maddie. I was distracted by your uncle.
Just can't get the staff these days. That's set 1, mate.
Yeah, I might have lost them. We do have them somewhere.
All right, technical difficulties here at the grill box. Oh! That was that's a bit of a
That
shock.
woke you up, Matty?
30-15.
Luckily, I was looking for the stats, so.
Nearly made a mess.
40-15, last gallery.
Just like that. I mean, I see that the frustration now. Cam's got it back to 2-3, and suddenly he's looking strong again.
Oh, it's a picture of you, Matty. Looking very serious.
Hey guys.
Plonker.
Good times. That's true fame.
For viewers at home, they should know I've kindly given up the seat for Matty.
I had back surgery, don't you know?
Receiver leads 40-15, chase the last gallery.
That's a
Lovely
super
hands.
finish from Rob. That's great.
30-40.
Another definitive winner for him. He needs those short points.
Oh, emphatic from Rob. That's a Rob favourite now. Boom.
Deuce.
Shot.
Arted receiver.
Some more tweets for you, Maddie. David Fowler, why does Rob take
More
the
than a
majority
yard
of
worse
his timber
advantage.
returns across his body on his forehand? Because he can. It's a good question. A lot of people take him on the backhand, but
Might be a speed thing. I mean, we haven't talked. I was just actually going to say we haven't talked that much about Rob's age and Cam's age and how that's having. Rob's clearly in impeccable shape, and there's probably
Service
no
advantage,
48-year-old in
more
the
than a
world
yard
who's
worse than last
fitter than
gallery.
him, but that explosive speed and to get a timber shot on the backhand, your footwork's got to be so fast.
oh, there's such a good cut volley. He really committed to that. Full swing, bang.
Deuce.
Yep. If you're just half a step off, you're not going to get there in time, and then you're left flapping at the ball. So then maybe is it better to take it on the forehand? But you're right.
Service advantage.
I think Rob would be preferring to play those timber shots on the backhand in an ideal world. Excuse me.
Twice in a row, Rob, but game point down has
Jeez.
produced a beautiful cut volley.
got to string a couple more of those together. That's amazing.
I'd like to see Rob go down the line with his force. Keep Cam guessing. I don't think I've seen him once just go inside out, go to Cam's forehand corner in the dead on. Cam's just running over there once Rob winds up and going for a main wall.
This is the beauty of it, though. I mean, the main wall's the safer option. It gives you
shot.
It's much harder to return.
I mean, there's no one better at hitting main walls than Rob. I mean, maybe Tim Chisholm, but
you hit.
Is also unbelievable. But love to just see him change it up a little.
It's tough. If Rob knows if he misses that Camden's forehand dead on, then it's a straight up possibility of going out of court, and Camden's got
I'm not
certain.
Last gallery, juice.
Not with pace, just misdirection, inside out, bit of spin, like it's an Etchebaster shot. It was actually he was famous for. It was a great shot.
And the door.
You'd wind up for the main wall dead on, but you'd go inside out, and hopefully on target. But it just keeps them guessing.
It's what I'm coming back to. You're right, Nick. I mean, I think he probably should do that. I think what Rob has been famous for over the years is this is my shot. This is what I'm going to do. See if you can get it back, mate. And then most people haven't been able to, and so he's been able to say, this is how I'm always going to play my tennis.
And I don't think I've ever seen anyone cover main wall dead ons as well as Camden.
And that's it. He's saying, well, yeah, your best
chase
isn't
the
good
last
enough, Rob.
gallery.
Can you do something different? And I think that's why Rob's been at sea over these last 2 days. His paint by numbers method, which has been so fantastic over the years, isn't working. It's being countered by the best retriever we've ever seen.
Advantage, chase the door. Fault.
Great railroad.
Deuce. Hazard half a yard, deuce.
Rob won't mind that. It's still a railroad that he would be happy with.
Hazard a yard. Deuce.
Who's out there for us, Nick?
Let's see. Jack Woods enjoying the coverage from Galway, Ireland. Great to hear Chris Ronaldson. Looking forward to Radley for the Irish Open in 3 weeks.
And of course the Dubliners still trying to save that Dublin court.
Yeah, save the Dublin court. Get behind it, guys. RMTC, they've got it on their big screen. Great way to start the morning here. Fantastic coverage and commentary.
Chase, Hazard, half a yard.
Thanks, guys.
They're all having a flat white and a Tim Tam.
Fault.
Hopefully they got Tabley on coffee duty.
Fault.
Ooh.
Advantage receiver.
Love to see a replay on that. Was Drew right?
Hazard a yard.
Here we go.
Here we go. God, that's too fast.
That was fast.
Fault.
Your guess is as good as mine, folks. It did look short, though.
I'm going to go with Drew was right.
Yeah, I think that's what yesterday proved to us, that he is infallible.
Oh, he's got it.
That's a super.
Oh, so good.
Super slow-mo.
Deuce.
Here we go.
I think Drew's got it again.
Yeah, good on Drew. That's why he's the best marker in the world. Oh, Cam wanted to get there.
Western second
Very
gallery,
rarely
deuce.
can't get to the ball.
Seeing it here first, guys. World Championships 2016, the super slow-mo. Real tennis is catching up with the rest of the world.
Oh, good boast.
Second.
This is turning out to be a massive game.
Worse than second and a yard better than second.
We've been at 3-2 for a while. Previous game, Rob nearly went 4-1 up. You know. This is the great get from Camden. He's so good. It's so low.
I haven't seen that many boasts like that from Rob.
That was just perfect. Get a quick tweet in for you, Ellen DeVoe,
Use
who's
worse than
running
second
things
gallery.
here. Hashtag RTWC16. Thanks for all the work, Ellen.
Is that all she wrote?
I think she's just letting you know. She's got the hashtag.
Let's have an insight, Ellen.
Yeah, come on, Ellen. Great rally.
Oh, that's close.
Oh, no, Rob.
No.
Vantage receiver, a yard better than second gallery.
And that's game to Cam, just like that. Real.
3 games all.
Rob's still so fit. That error on the previous point is just so uncharacteristic, and I don't want to put it down to age, certainly not to fitness, but I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe he's just having to lunge a bit further than he'd like, and he's just that little bit more off balance. But I mean, certainly a very uncharacteristic error from him, from the Rob we've all known over the years.
This is a stunning rally, Maddie. Ooh, what a rally. I thought he got it. He's looking at Drew, but I thought he got it.
Another microcosm of the number of different types of spin Camden puts on a ball.
Chase
Flat,
4,
side
no
spin,
strokes.
cut. He did it all in that point. So some of his beauty is so down to the subtlety of what he does.
15 love.
It's really a joy to watch Camden at work. It's just, he's taken a completely different approach to the game. I mean, he's obviously a little bit vertically challenged, as we all know, but doesn't mean you can't be a champion. He's made this game his own. And it's one thing to put a heavy cut on the ball or a heavy spin or a heavy power, but
4 and more than a yard worse. 30 love.
When you receive a ball you don't expect, even if it seems to the viewer like it's simple, if you're expecting it to do something different, it can be just as awkward, just as difficult as what seemingly is the heavy cut. So I think that's a lot of what we see with Campton, is the subtlety of his changes in spin.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'd like to add to that, or the fact that I know Cam, not only a lot of people talk about cut, but Camden likes to remind everyone there's all these walls and angles. You need to use that as well, and that's what Cam likes to do. He will like to use the angles and the spin.
Yeah.
So you're spot on in the way Camden approaches his game. Unfavourable bounce for Rob there.
15-30.
Here's a little
More than a yard worse than last gallery.
Here's a free lesson for you all, guys. Stop watching Cam for a second, just watch his shoelaces. You want to see what it takes to be a great player, just watch his feet. Nothing else. Don't watch him swing. Just see how many steps that guy takes. You want to get better.
40-15.
Get somewhere near that. Not all the way, obviously. See if you can move like that.
Oh.
Unbelievably fast feet and so many steps to always be in balance. Beautiful to watch.
30-40.
Mark Keller has spotted, quick one on Twitter, I think he saw Rob serve the railroad for the first time as a second service. Or maybe that was Camden who went for railroad twice.
Can't remember. Sure you're right. He's getting a couple past
Last
Cam
gallery,
now.
40-30.
It's impossible to think of Camden getting tired, but you know, he's getting a couple past him now.
It does take a lot to keep covering main wall after main wall.
It's a long way across. across and then a long way to the other corner, but that's what he does to you.
I'm ecstatic if I get one back during a match, and I'll tell everyone about it. He's just getting them back for fun. I mean, I've got to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, it is so hard to get that ball from a main wall dead on it. You know, you've got to be fearless. It's flying at an angle, and it's
Serve
tough.
leads,
It's so
30-40,
hard, and he's
chase
making
the
it
last
look
gallery.
so easy. It really is ridiculous, that this ability Camden has.
Fault.
No second serve railroad. Not this time, anyway. I am looking out for it now, though, Dan.
Big point here.
It's great control. See how low he got on that little cross court there. Oh,
Nice going. Oh,
see that there? Rob thought that was going to stay low, and Cam didn't put anything on that, and he fooled him with his lack of spin there.
Juice.
I think that's deliberate. I mean, most people, you do that, you've just hit loose and you're in big trouble.
Hazard, 1 and 2.
Because Camden's so quick,
Juice.
he's able to put what is seemingly an incorrect shot in and fool his opponent. And if the guy does get it right, well, you know what, he's the quickest guy in the world, so he can get it back anyway.
so quick. This is a great rally. Rob constructing it.
Oh, well done.
He's got that.
Back.
How can he got that?
Yep.
Yeah, he got that. He's looking at Drew, but he got it. Rob telling him he got it by like 2 inches, and I'd agree. We'll see it here. Watch, he definitely gets it.
Not many.
Can't quite see, but from our angle. Sorry, Maddie.
Not many top players in the world, and if you're any of you listening who ever think their shots are down or their opponent's ones are up. So I'm always
I found the
fan
stats.
of the marker there. Oh, we got the stats.
Yeah, they're in my pocket. Sorry, guys.
They're kind of in a bit of a scrunchy mess, so I'll have to just.
Advantage receiver, hazard chase, 1 and 2.
Your hazard chase.
I'm not used to working
Hazard
in
1
these
and 2.
conditions. All right, let's just wait on that.
Oh, he's picked it up and put it in the winning gallery. Just ridiculous.
Juice.
Camden set 2, 2 dead ons, 1 grill, 2 winning galleries, 1 gallery.
Good timing.
Here we go.
Juice.
That replay.
Rob
Unbelievable
Fay,
pick.
1 dead on, 1 grill, 3 winning galleries, and 9 galleries. So Rob is trying much harder to get down the service end, at least via the gallery method.
Server's advantage.
Chance for 4-3 Cam here. He's 3-1 down, remember.
Chase 2, advantage.
That's what I was trying to figure out with Chris earlier on today, my uncle. I figured like Cam was getting that one back every time on day 1, but that one just bit down off the back wall. Maybe it didn't get there quickly enough, but it was quick enough that he had to leave it for the back wall, and that's when it did the work. That's what I was looking for, but like I said, he's the champion, not me.
Advantage receiver, chase 2.
Very old though.
Chase 2.
What a good
Lost
serve.
the chase, fell 3. Juice. Time.
Felt like those first 2 sets race bias. This one's definitely taken a bit longer.
Oh, brilliant.
That's the old Rob. That's the one we all know and love. pumping it in there.
Service advantage.
It's in. Oh, it's covered.
It's never in. Camden's behind
Yeah, I
it.
forgot who was playing for a second.
Taking crazy pills, Nicky. Oh, yes.
Oh, he nearly got it back, but game Rob. 4-3, that is huge.
Doing it the hard way, putting them on the floor.
That's definitely delighted the crowd. Crucial
Game
seventh game,
server,
There's
4
that
games
grill.
to 3.
as
And
people
then
say.
the short backhand winner. The length
Oh.
I always try and teach. Never do myself, but try and teach. Great shot, Rob.
Stroke.
See, that's a situation where Rob would just be taking the gallery and saying, thanks very much, give me the service in. But Cam is wanting him to work that
15 love.
extra turn, that extra twist, that extra lunge. He's saying, I want that short chase. I want you to put in the yards.
Chase the door, 15 love.
And then he takes the gallery.
I don't think he meant to.
I don't think he meant that. As if to poo-poo what I was saying.
Poo-poo?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Oh,
Door and hazard the line, 15 love.
to be fair, Rob hasn't had the rub of the green tonight.
That's the thing is the player in the ascendancy does tend to. You're getting
Here
a
we
much.
go.
Oh,
Oh.
well, that's pretty unlucky. That's a double edge. Some would call it a lack of desire, but only if they were cynical.
Some
I'm
more
not.
tweets for you, Matty.
Go
On the
for it.
changing ends. Sarah Lambie at Bar Buzz. Cam's legs go like Roadrunner. Well, they certainly do. Keith Mays again.
Server leads,
John
15 love,
Bertrand
chase
and
the
Australia
door.
came to Newport in '83.
Chase the door, 15 love.
Camden came to Newport and a no Dennis corner.
Door.
I don't really understand that one. Explain yourself, Keith.
Won the chase.
It is not for us to understand, Nicky. It's just for us to read out
15 all, hazard the line.
what they're saying. Anyone else can decipher that? Good luck.
Oh, here we go. 30 love, Rob. 30-15, I should say, sorry.
30-15.
Oh, he's got a gift.
40-15.
Potentially first sign of nerves.
Are we reading that? Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I beat you to it.
In my volley. That's what Rob's going to look for. He's just going to look for any sign of weakness, anything he can work with. He's not having it all his own way, so can he get Cam frustrated? Can he get Cam to make some mistakes? Can he get a few more short 3 points, that kind of thing? That's what he's looking for. Anything he can work with, because you can bet he's still throwing his brain and his body at this match.
Massive.
Another series of combination, Cam cutting the forehand and then hitting the backhand flat. So you're getting two different bounces on the floor.
40.
Natural variation he's putting on there. Another short ball.
Last gallery.
Well, Matty, as they change ends, I've got the president of the club here
Last
with
gallery,
me.
30,
Who's put on a
40.
fantastic job. I'd like to get a few words from our president, Steve DeVoe. I'll just put the mic on. Steve, welcome. Can you hear us?
Are you receiving us, Steve?
Can you receive us, Steve?
No.
Hold on one sec.
Can you hear us, Steve?
Yes.
Server leads 30-40. Chase the last gallery.
Steve, first of all, great championship from a club point of view. You're to be commended for what your team has done.
Well, we had a really good team. And I don't believe this thing is over, guys. I have a
Game
dollar
server,
with a number of people
5 games to 3.
that it's going to go into Saturday. So
Steve, give us some sort of insight on how much work has gone in to make this event possible.
well, it starts over a year ago when you win the bid. And
15 love.
Then you have to put a committee together of small but competent. And I really had some great help with my business partner, Clem Napolitano, who is producing this streaming, which is more of a TV production than a streaming.
Huh?
And he and his team
Half a yard, 15 love.
can't be congratulated enough for putting on a great show. And then we found 2 talented commentators to add to the
When are they going to show
streaming.
up?
I don't know. I understand they're going to be here Saturday.
Okay, great. Looking forward to that.
No, you guys are doing a great job. Continue. And
Oh, that's a great shot.
I really hope we're going to see each other on Saturday.
Yeah, if Rob wins this set, then at least we get something.
15
That was
all.
Steve DeVoe. He's put on a great job here.
Is that it?
He's gone. He's out. I think he's gone to the bar. He's earned it.
Short but sweet. Thank you, Steve. They've done a really, really great job here. Top class stuff.
Oh,
30-15.
is that nerves?
That was halfway up the net.
That's not even close to going over.
I mean, Chris was saying we'd have seen it already, but maybe this is it. Maybe this is the nerves we're looking for. Well, not looking for, but wondering whether they might occur. I mean, like Chris said, he can have nerves. He's still got so many sets in the bank now that he can afford to have an iffy couple of shots, and we can read into it if we want and try and make the commentary interesting. But he's
Brilliant from Cam. Oh, he's got it.
Such a mountain for Rob to climb.
Look at this rally, Maddie. Oh, 2 set points. Rob Fay takes this, and well, apparently they're going to get better commentators than us on Saturday.
Yeah,
They said the talent's coming in.
I was worried if.
I thought I heard.
40-15. Chase half a yard.
Here we go. 2 set points, Rob Fay. Got some tweets for you here, Matty. Just before they change ends. Jamie Giddens sent me a Facebook message. Won't normally read them out on Facebook message, but I'll give you a shout out, Cambridge team, and to Jules Camp on his recent engagement. Congratulations.
40-15. Chase half a yard.
Hope you're enjoying it.
Jules Camp found a girlfriend. I don't believe it. Nah. Congratulations, Jules. Very happy for you.
And that's the set to Rob Fay. We are going to day 2. The crowd goes nuts. And we are going to be joined shortly by former world #1 Lockie Duca.
Lockie has actually turned up this time, which is great. Lockie due to talk with us yesterday, but we actually have him today. He's finding the headset.
He's got to get Lockie the headset.
I'll fill in some time. Guaranteed to have a third day, guys. You can have a big Friday night and watch this on the couch on Saturday lunchtime if you're in America.
Well, Rob took that set pretty emphatically. What was it, 6-3 or 6-2?
Well, he did in the end. I mean,
It's all good
I
fun.
think Cam had points for 4-3 at one point. He's done something. You with us, Lockie?
No.
Yeah, go.
Yes, you are.
I'll come in a minute.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I'm with you now.
All right. Thank you for taking the trip down the stairs this time, Lockie. Now, Lockie, if anyone doesn't know, was a long-time world number one. I believe I'm right in saying, Lockie, you had 3 challenges at Wayne. Never quite made it over the line.
I think that's right. I'll take your word for it.
Care to talk us through some of that?
Not madly, not really.
Go on.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, I
tried, I lost.
I'm just thinking that Cam's on attempt number 3 here, so there's a lot of similarities between his situation and your own in some respects.
I'm trying to go back to the time when I was sort of, what was he, 6-1 up or 6-2 up? What's the score?
It's 5-2. 5-2. 5-2.
Yeah. I think that Cam's in... I thought he lost his way slightly in that set there. Rob got a bit more energy about him for a minute, but I thought he was encouraged by Cam. Cam sort of... I think he hit more balls in the penthouse in that set than he hit in the whole of the rest of the match.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out, Lockie. I mean, Chris was saying that he doesn't think there's going to be any nerves. We would have had that by now, but is it nerves? Was that a sign of something?
Well, there's definitely a moment, isn't there, when stuff gets harder, when you're trying to get over the line. That match points are harder to win than something at 3-all and 30-all or something. And he's going to have to face up to that. But I think that Rob's got to win. He's got to win 5-2. He's got to win 5-1 from here.
Yeah.
And that feels a tall order, and I can't really see that.
Yeah, I guess the beauty of World Championships, though, is that you can do it kind of set at a time. If you can get to this one, then it's only got to be 4-1, which is still a lot, but it's a lot easier than all 5.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, this is what most of us have no concept of because we've never played in a World Championship. We understand what it is to win 3 sets. We understand what it is to play a 5-set match, perhaps, but we don't necessarily understand what it is to play one match in 3 compartments of 4 sets, 5 sets. So,
yeah, it's quite different, and you get that. Maybe golfers have more of a feel for this. If you think about the experience of playing 4 rounds in a major, and that business of being leader overnight is very different to being sort of suddenly 2 sets to 1 up in a 5-set match.
Okay. Anything else you want to add at this stage, Lockie?
I'd like to ask Lockie a couple of questions, and then we have another surprise guest. Lockie, you were dominant like Cam in the game. I think you won 5 or 6 British Opens in the row. What will Cam be feeling, going into the World Champions the 3rd time? You never managed to get over the line. Everyone expected you to. Do you feel the pressure being the number 1 player going in World Championship, but you're not the World Champion?
No, not really. I think it's just another match you want to win. He's an experienced competitor. He's played a lot of matches. And it's no different when you're out there. You sort of have to accept the business of, I can win this.
15 love.
But to win it, I've got to do stuff. But then you put that to one side, and you're basically in a sort of a kind of a management speak. You're process orientated. You've got to do your thing. And if he doesn't do his thing, if he gets too caught up with that and forgets what he's doing, then it will be hard. But
Chase a yard, 15 love.
He's got a lot of chances to find it, I think.
Well, Lockie, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be joined now by Todd Martin, former world number 4, and the CEO of the Hall of Fame, who's joined us tonight to watch the tennis.
Todd, have you got sure that's lawn tennis world number
15
4.
all.
That is lawn tennis world number 4.
Certainly not court tennis world number 4.
So, Todd, what do you make of this atmosphere? You played in a lot of great finals. How are you enjoying this? It's obviously not the thousands and thousands of people that would be in the stands, but
no, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you play. If it's standing room only, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And this place has been packed the whole time. And,
yard and Chase 2,
the tennis
15
is
all.
spectacular.
Todd, I think I'm right in saying you're the CEO here at the International Tennis Hall of Fame. What's it like having this court tennis event in this great lawn tennis venue?
Well, it's this is more than just a lawn tennis venue. It is it's the history of the sport. Our museum tells the story of both court tennis and lawn tennis, but it also tells the story of what preceded court tennis, and I think it's a great honor for us to be hosting the World Championships, and it's an awfully big pleasure and privilege for me to be able to watch.
I guess we're very privileged to have someone of your level in such a massive game such as lawn tennis playing. And I guess my question is, I know you've taken up court tennis and you're already, after a very short space of time, something
30-15,
like
chase
15
2.
handicap. What are the challenges of taking on a game like this and, having been so brilliant at something else?
Well, first of all, that's pretty generous. And second, I learned over at Queens when I was still playing on the tour, and just loved it. And the guys over at Queens were real hospitable and taught us the game. And then when I took the job here, I was thrilled to be able to get back out on the court.
That's great. So, do you know Drew from that time at Queens?
I do. Drew was Dave Johnson's assistant pro back then.
Okay, I mean,
40-30.
These guys are going through a lot of emotions. I mean, I guess there's nothing quite like a world championship in lawn tennis. There's obviously the Opens, and you played in your share of finals. What are these guys going through right now?
Well, I honestly, I don't know what it would be like to play the same opponent over the course of 3 days. But, there's an incredible physical toll that they're fighting, and especially on such a hard surface like the court tennis court. But they're also, I think, one of the more intriguing things is the fact that they have all this time. It is really a marathon, and that's the beauty of the Grand Slams and
Receiver leads 40-30.
in the sport I played, because you had enough time to figure out how to play somebody. And these guys have so much time to change their tactics day to day, set to set, and it's really interesting. You think 5-1 and 5 sets to 1, and Cam's in a position to close it out tonight, and then a lot changes with with just a few games in a row played really well by Rob.
Advantage receiver.
Yeah, very interesting. Anything else you want to add to us tonight?
Don't try this at home.
Well, Todd, it's been great to have you on. We love that you're here and you support the game at Newport, and your son plays too. So we're looking forward to getting you out here more. Thank you, Todd.
Thanks a bunch, guys.
Reminder, that was Todd Martin, I believe former US Open singles finalist, world number 4, true great at the game. Here with us tonight at the Hall of Fame.
How's he covered that? I don't know why I keep asking.
Well, guys, you'll be pleased to know my minions have been a lot more efficient this time round in getting me the stats.
Second gallery, last gallery.
Camden, 2 dead-ons, 2 grills, 1 winning gallery, 3 galleries, and a double fault. And Rob with 6 dead-ons, 4 grills, 1 gallery, sorry, 1 winning gallery, and 10 galleries. So a lot of numbers there.
Who's taking this set, Maddie? Is there a momentum shift?
I just wonder. I mean, you still put Cam at a massive, massive favourite at 5-3, but Rob's got his tail up for sure. He's got a little bit of bounce in his step now. And
Deuce, chase the second gallery.
Cam's now the one working with the adversity. He's now got to deal with the fact that he's made a few mistakes there.
Brilliant shot.
Serves advantage. Chase the last gallery.
I just love this sport so much. I just want to see as much of this game as I can. It's just been a true delight to watch, and
we're very lucky.
I guess I want to see Rob take this one. No offense to Cam. I think he's the very, very likely winner of this match, and I think he would thoroughly deserve it if he does. But I just want to see
worthy champion.
I just want to see as much of it as I can.
Yeah, I agree. As a tennis fan, it's just
brilliant to watch.
Lost the chase and the game.
There it is. Rob leading from the front again. First game, fourth set of the day.
First game, server.
So with all these wonderful celebrity guests like Lucky Ducar and that other guy, we haven't had any tweets for a while, Nick.
The other guy, I think he's back upstairs watching you. Todd Martin, that was. Former champion of the game of lawn tennis, as we know.
Any more tweets, Nick?
There are. We'll wait till they change ends. Haven't looked.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you got your rules for that, haven't you?
I was just distracted by the stars, as you say. Lucky Ducar and that other guy. There we go.
All right, well, these are warming up again.
A shout out from my friends in Australia who don't play the game are watching. Good, James Brown. Good work on the commentating, mate. You're killing it. I've got a few of the boys watching now. Go Faye. Hi, James. Miss you guys. Come visit me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Chase the door, 15 love.
Ellen DeVoe said she's watching in the Casino Theatre.
Ah, we do have someone
Hazard a yard.
from the inside.
15 up.
Shout out Newcastle University Real Tennis Club. Committee Hugh Vermont and James Rowan tuning in to this epic final. Hi guys.
Playing at the Jesmond Dean Club. Great place to go and play. Great night out afterwards. Not that I know.
John Edwards. I think he's spot on here. Camden is building a wall in front of that dead on. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
15 love, receiver leads. Chase the door.
That said, Rob got more in the dead on that last set than I think any other set that we've seen so far. Memory serves.
He's got it back.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's a chase. He lost it. Did he lose it?
Oh, apparently he's getting through to pick up his racket.
What's he called? I know, I saw. He's pushing him away.
$15 Hazard a yard.
Oh, they weren't playing Hazard Yard. Yeah, he won it. Oh, that's brilliant.
30-15.
That's what Cam needs to see is Rob swinging at balls he can't reach again. That's how he'll find his confidence again. He's definitely been tested here, but nothing like making the guy swinging a ball he can't reach to get his confidence back up.
More tweets, Maddie, as players change ends. I mean, the decimal in the crowd has just gone up a notch.
That's the yard better than 2,
But I'll
30-15.
shout out some more tweets while they go quiet as they change ends. Got IRTPA at Todd Martin on the mic, buzzing in the pocket. Hashtag real tennis. Keith Mays got back to me. Dennis Corner lost to the Aussie. Cam won't. I got
Receiver leads 30-15. Hazard a yard.
Sort of.
All right, I think we'll wrap that one up.
Yeah. Bye for now, Keith. Just missed. Adrian Kemp, Stout, Tanfield and Kemp enjoying the action.
40-15, Chase better than 2.
Hi, boys. Pros in New York, absolute legends, and James Stout, the dominant player in rackets for the last, I don't know how many years. Such a talent, that guy. Oh, he had that.
One game all.
Yes, hello guys, hope you're enjoying it.
1-1. Chase 1 and 2.
I think Cam's managed to ruffle Rob's feathers again.
Did that go in though?
1 and 2, hazard a yard worse than second.
It just sounded woody though.
Wouldn't want to be Rob's racket right now.
No. Let's see a replay of that.
Ask and ye shall deliver.
No,
Another
definitely didn't
double
go in.
edger now.
Just can't catch a break. Look at that. That is nuts.
No strokes, Chase 1 and 2. Lost the chase. 15 love server.
Another great
Hazard
cutout
a yard
from
worse
Cam
than
there.
second gallery.
Took that cut volley at about 6 yards, I think.
Booked.
To cut it out from winning the chase. Something some of us can only dream of. I say some of us, it's really all of us.
Oh, clever
15
shot
all.
from Rob.
That's the kind of tennis I want to see. Slap it really, really hard and just take points. Smack. There we go.
He's got it back somehow.
Oh. It's definitely a different
30-15.
emotion to
I'd
how
like
these
to see
two
him
guys are
connect
playing.
with that because I wonder if he was going straight.
I feel like oh, there it is again. There's that wall. Force followed by soft shots, so hard to do. Most of us, if we ever do get to that main wall, we're flailing at it so much that it's probably going back penthouse or
40-15.
hitting the back wall hard. But Cam manages to get it back with such soft hands that he actually gets it onto the floor. And then Rob's got this really, really delicate shot to Cam's forehand corner to the galleries. And it's just so hard
Second gallery, 40-15.
and he's just done it again and again and again in this match.
That last point, Rob kind of off quickly put it into the gallery.
40-15 Cam. Chance for the lead.
Receiver leads, 40-15. Second gallery.
I almost think that no one lost a set having got to 2 first. I don't know if that's right or not.
30-40.
What was that, sorry?
I don't know that anyone has lost the set having got to 2 first, let alone 4. I'm pretty sure the front runner at from 2 something has won each of the sets so far this championship. Of course, that is not fact.
It's hard to trust what you say sometimes, Matty.
Chase.
You fuddy-duddy.
Thought we'd buried that one.
1 and 2, 40-30.
More tweets coming in. Jules Kemp has got back. Better believe it, Matty.
Well, Julian Camp did go to the greatest public school of all time. That is Camford School in Wimborne, Dorset. So,
Server leads,
they let you in there,
40-30.
though, Matty.
Chase 1 and 2.
Certainly did. Anything's possible. Congratulations again, Jules. Maybe as a honeymoon present, you can take her on a tour of all the courts of the world. I'm sure she'd appreciate that.
Game server, 2 games to 1.
Get planning.
2-1.
Let's see if your stat about going 2-1 up or getting to 2
Oh.
first will be right at the end of this set.
That's if it's a stat at all, and not just me spouting rubbish.
Chase. Worse than a yard. No strokes.
That's the ball I felt he got back on day
Worse than
one,
the
but
15 love.
definitely some more errors from both players in this set. There's definitely a lot of emotion in the way they're playing at the moment.
We'll be
Perhaps
going
it-
for about 2.5 hours nearly now.
Yeah.
Of the highest quality of tennis. Might be a few tired shots despite how fit these boys are.
That's the thing. It's not whether they're physically knackered. It's that mental tiredness and then making the wrong decisions.
15 all.
The 2.5 hours we've been going.
Almost. 8 o'clock. Maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Thirty 15.
I wonder if someone in our crew can get a
Worse than the
zoomed in
Hazard,
shot
1
and
and 2.
just film a couple of points of Camden's feet. I don't know if that's possible,
30-15.
guys, but I'd like to see that. Not now.
I think they're having a joke with you.
Super fast feet there.
That's good advertising for K-Swiss.
Receiver leads 30-15. Worse than a yard. Worse than a yard.
Oh, that's unlucky.
It's only just
30 all.
missed.
Hazard chase 1 and 2.
Big game here. So this is what I was thinking about. Cam on day one, just no matter what he did, he seemed to be
40-30.
totally relaxed, like it was no big deal. There's a lot more pumps and all this kind of stuff going on. Now, maybe that's a good thing for him, maybe it's not. I don't know. It seems to me like he's an indication of the line approaching. I don't know.
Chase the line 40-30.
There's a bit more niggle at each other here.
Just that footwork. It's amazing. Look at him go.
I taught him that. Yeah, he's pumped, but I mean, that was pretty damn good, wasn't it? We'll let him off for that. Great play.
Server leads 40-30. Chase the line.
Chance to extend his lead.
Chase the line.
Good serve. Great serve.
And has a gallery.
Game server.
Great serve. That set that up beautifully.
Server leads 3 games to 1.
Oh no. Oh, unlucky.
Just gets everything back.
Rob's so frustrated here. I mean, I think Drew's made a good call, but he just can't believe that Cam's got that back. I think he was underneath it. I think he's just... Or maybe he wanted it to be
15
out.
love.
Maybe that did touch the underside of the outer court line. Well, it's all going on here. That's frustration.
And call.
That's frustration.
Yeah.
30 love.
Get his focus back here, Rob.
Yeah.
Just crazy good.
Second gallery.
Yeah, there's a proper grunt on that one. I think he's it sparked him into life for one reason or another. I think he might have just thought it touched the underside. It's quite a chunky out of court bando here.
Oh
no!
That's massive.
Oh yeah. They're having a bit of a stare down, but it's almost. I don't think I've ever seen this camaraderie between these two. It's almost like a fun thing.
Look at this. Get out of town.
That's bizarre. They're having like a fun chat here. Camden's smiling. Who would have thought?
3 points for 4-1.
40 love receiver. Second gallery. $15.40.
Tom Jurek still watching that loopy backhand droopy thing into the grill. Reminds me very much of playing you all those years. Hope you're still watching. Got to be careful here.
30-40.
Bad game to lose from there.
Fault.
I mean, maybe that's what Rob's doing. Maybe he's trying to relax him so he loses concentration.
Don't think so.
I've always been a fan of mind games, so I'd like to think there's something sinister going on. But maybe it's just, I don't know, something basic
Second
and
gallery.
normal.
30-40.
Missed that grill he wanted.
What's going on in the Twitter sphere?
The tennis has been so captivating, I've forgotten about it for...
Those poor fans. They've been trying to get hold of us and you've just been ignoring them. Come on, Nick.
I apologise, guys.
Server leads. 30-40.
At Liberty Bill, how
30-40
much
server
do the
leads.
ultimate odds
Second
of
gallery.
winning change based on who wins this set?
Need my nerdiest of nerd cousin Ben to be answering that one.
Oh, is that Ben?
Yeah, he's got to be up there.
Won the chase.
Well played. He's brought it back to Juice from 40 love down.
Tell you what.
This will...
Juice.
Could this create a momentum shift if he steals this game?
Anything to break concentration, like mark my words, that little exchange and he's just made Camden smile and suddenly it's juice.
Last gallery.
Smart from Rob.
And now Rob will switch on. There's more than one way to derail a train.
Big. Now Rob's got the game point.
So very quickly can
Advantage, last
turn
gallery.
from enjoying himself to frustration here, especially if he loses this game.
Malcolm thought, what happened to white tennis shoes? Tennis shoes are no longer seen as clothing attire, they're equipment.
Yes, the old TNRA 80% white method is no longer with us. Finding white tennis shoes is harder to
Service
do now.
advantage. Chase the last gallery.
And come on, Malcolm, they're pretty snazzy. Orange is the new white, so they say.
That's the game. Is this a momentum shift? It's looking like going 4-1 to Camden. It's now 2-3.
2 games to 3.
You
2-3.
heard it first here, guys. The cynicism of the friendly banter has turned into a momentum shift.
Nearly a yard worse than last gallery.
Cam's still leading, but he's lost his cushion.
He's working Rob hard here.
Who's doing
Rob comes out on top. So that was fantastic, Matty. Have they stepped it up a notch here? This tennis is just brilliant. I mean, the gets that Cam was getting,
15
and
up.
then the shots Rob's having to pull off to win. It's just breathtaking.
Fifteen all.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Chase. 2 and 3. 15 all. 2 chases.
Now I've talked about Cam's cushion, I can't stop but think I wish I had a cushion. This bench is awfully hard, Nick.
Rather sit down than stand. We could have thought you out a cushion there.
Who else is out there, Nick?
Who else is out there? Craig Green. I've been a tennis pro for 14 years now and seen hundreds, if not thousands, tennis matches. This is the best match I have ever seen. That's Craig Greenler, the Oxford pro.
Oh, sorry, he kept calling himself Grain Creek.
15
Green,
all.
'cause
Nearly a yard worse than last gallery.
no one can pronounce his name because
Is
it
it
sounds like
Greenhouse?
clearing your throat. Green or something like that.
Lost the chase. 30-15 server. Chase 2 and 3.
Good to hear from you, Craig. From Bury.
Walt.
Shot
On the
from
chase.
Rob. Oh, wrong-footed Camden there.
Evidence of a bit of flash
30
photography
all.
here in the last gallery. No one seems to have noticed.
Him. Oh, Rob's cut it off.
Rob's pulled a Camden. Oh, this is awesome. There we go.
Oh, this tennis is unbelievable.
Second gallery. 30 all.
Great shot, great rally, great rest, should I say. Yep.
Second gallery.
Very good play from Rob. Freddie Kidimoff, or Robert Kidimoff. He goes by Freddie often. RTWC 16. Rob's finding his fight again. Brilliant to watch. He's currently the Royal Melbourne Club president. Seacock Tennis Club. RTWC 16. 1 AM, no obstacle to watch us here. Bar closed though. Damn licensing laws. Well, hi guys. I'd ignore those
30 all,
licensing
chase
laws
the
and just
second
keep
gallery.
drinking, guys.
Second 30 all due, second gallery.
Walt.
Well marked. The fault line's about the last thing I can see before the grill cuts me off. I could just see that was okay. Oh!
Quite
good.
40-30 server. Second gallery.
Cam misread a ball. There's a first.
Second gallery.
Chance for 3-all here from 3-1 down, 40 love.
Oh!
Deuce.
Oh, that's
See, that hurt.
close.
Here we go. Oh, top of the table.
Oh, blimey.
Whoa. Chase 1 and 2, deuce.
That's a super shot from Cam. He needs this, Rob. Got to beat 1 and 2 at the next point.
Nope. 1 and 2, better than 2.
That was
Deuce.
close. Get a replay on that. Yeah, just clip the ground. That's why he's the best. Normally tell if a ball's not up. If it's
Prefer that
scraped
sound
back,
there.
he's usually got underneath it. If he gets back with that much space on it, usually it's come off the ground and it's on the way up.
Deuce, chase 1 and 2.
That's what Drew looks for. That's a beautiful call.
Fault.
There it is.
Oh, massive!
That's what you wanted, Nick. Put it in the 400 on,
I
right?
told you.
Finally, Rob's on his wavelength.
Vantage, receiver, chase better
I was
than 2.
talking more about the inside out to deceptive. Just that was brute force, brilliant.
I was trying to give you a compliment there.
Lost the chase for
couldn't
worse than
take the
3.
credit.
Deuce.
Back to Juice. 3-2 Cam.
Rob will be disappointed with that one. He read that serve well.
Stroke.
There you go. Starting to change it up. Hasn't done that for a
Vantage, receiver.
much in this match. That was
That's
a
what-
lovely shot down the line.
That's what I'm thinking about these slightly older balls. It's just a slightly easier feel on the racket. More likely to be able to take that shot on.
There's that gallery.
Who's tweeting us, Nick? I need to take some water.
You take some water. I'll get back on the Twitter. Just seen this son. Great get from Rob off the timber. Ends up with a gallery. Rustin Manexa, well that's a turnaround at rear Rob Fay. Lewis Gordon, must stay awake, incredible tennis. Yes.
Service advantage, chase
Must
the
stay
door.
awake, Lewis.
Are we trending again yet?
Fault.
I hope so. If not, we're certainly close. A lot of tweets coming in. Can't read them all. Can't catch up.
On the chase.
We're not trending,
Deuce.
guys. You're not doing your job. Come on. Hashtag RTWC16. I ask you to do one thing.
This is ridiculous. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Matty, it's getting better. This is unbelievable. This is breathtaking.
I tell you what, guys, all I was looking at is those non-white shoes there. Any of you old
you.
gits
Service
playing at
advantage.
your club saying you're too old to move your feet, just watch what he did there. Ridiculous
Game
footwork.
And that's the game.
Ridiculous footwork, and it's got in the game. That was just throwing back the years and just putting in the yards, putting in the hard
3
work,
games all.
earning himself the right. Beautiful stuff.
This is amazing.
So a reminder, Cam was 3-1 up,
Oh.
40 love up, it's now 3-all. I'm getting some banter in my ear from the crew who are challenging my caller 2-1 up and winning the set. The set is not over yet, guys.
15 love.
No, hold on, who was 2-1 up? Camden. Yeah, I'm lost. I'll shut up.
Well, the errors are coming. Imagine if Rob takes this set. This place, the roof is going to blow
30
off.
love.
The noise the crowd will make.
Be pretty awesome.
I think it's
30
more
love,
they
no
just
chase.
want to see more tennis, you know, going into Saturday. They know if Rob takes it, it's someone would have to win 2 sets. You at least see 2 sets. This tennis is so good. I'd like to see first to 20.
Worse than 2, 30 love.
That's the thing about any sport you watch. Sometimes you just, when something is truly great, when you get great rivalries, whether it be Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, you just want to see them going at each other, and that's what we got here. It's just a truly
40 love,
great
chase
game
worse
between
than
2
2.
great players.
More tweets. Got a good one here, Maddie. Zach Edel. Thought Maddie had plenty of cushion to sit on that bench comfortably. Well, he's
What a time
going to be
to
here in a
leave.
week. You can maybe put him in his place, Matt.
Nature calls.
I have a very muscular backside, thank you very much.
Josh Bainton, good commentary, boys. Can't believe some of the defence from Cam. His
Receiver leads.
retrieval is closer to offence
40
and
love,
defence.
chase worse than 2.
I have to agree with that, Josh.
Yep.
Hope you get better. I think you're sick tonight. You would have been here watching it live.
Fault.
Sure you can recover in time for Saturday.
Nothing a Sauvignon Blanc won't solve, Josh.
Oh, wow. He's got it. He's working, Camden.
It's taken Rob longer to warm up, but he's just playing great tennis again.
How is he finding ways to get this back?
15, 40.
That's
30-40.
big point here. Main wall. Nope.
Oh, it's Camden's turn to go from love 40 to juice. Turn the tables on
Juice.
Rob.
That's all come from Camden just retrieving 4 impossible shots in a row and taking a point, and he just sucked the life out of Rob and then just
Advantage.
jumped on that wave and now serving for the 4-3 himself.
And that's
Game
the game.
server.
Yeah, that's a champion's performance.
Server leads 4 games to 3. Time.
You see how he's trying to quick serve now? He's trying to just get on that momentum. Very smart from Rob there to slow him down. Yeah.
Last gallery. Last gallery, Hazard, better than half a yard.
Who's tweeting, Nick?
Who's tweeting? I've got my friends from Australia watching. They don't even
strokes.
play the game. Reese Horriban. Brother, you're the man. Listening to your broadcast here in Oz. We're all listening. Top work, mate. Thanks, bud.
For anyone confused, that's a brother from another mother. Anyone else?
There are other people.
No
I got
strokes.
distracted.
Last gallery.
I'll come back to you.
Last gallery chase.
Fault. 15 love.
Very pivotal
Hazard
time
better
here.
than half a yard.
There's a slim chance of Rob winning from 5-3 down. It's a much slimmer chance from 6-2. He's got to find something and find it quick here.
What's the chase?
Well left.
30 love. Worse than last gallery, 30 love.
I feel like Camden's calmed down a bit now. He's got some of that emotion back out of him. He's just playing tennis again, which, as I say, to me is when he's at his absolute best, when he's just getting on with it and just producing beautiful shots. Bit of a side from Rob there. Got a close up. It's been a battle for him out there. It's been a really tough time.
Paul Bollerman, never mind staying awake. I'll be having trouble getting to sleep after this match with all the adrenaline coursing through my veins.
Server leaves, 40 love. Worse than the last gallery. Game
Good
server.
serve.
That's tough. 5-3. Who was 2-1 up?
Server leads 5 games to 3.
Was it Cam?
What was that, sorry?
Who was 2-1 up? Was it Camden?
Camden, yes.
– 15 love.
Needs a few more of those.
all.
Cam can now throw every bit of energy he's got at these last few games. He can just show that air of invincibility again.
Like that.
Like that. Oh. How does he do it? He doesn't just get them back, he has complete control over the ball.
Like that.
Complete control. Incredible stuff.
(30-15).
Another beautiful shot. That sets up
Cam was so pumped there, he was starting to walk and then there was a chase.
40-15.
He had me convinced. This to go 6-2. Yep. There it is, folks. 6 sets to 2.
Very sporting from Rob there.
Well, guys, I think we've had a real treat there today.
That's some of the best.
Camden's pretty pumped. He knows he's close. Rob, very accepting of the play that's come from his opponent there. Another hearty handshake at the end of the day.
He's so close. He's one set away.
You'll be pleased
the world
to know
champion.
the dead-on crowd are now upstanding and clapping. It's first time.
It was absolutely breathtaking.
So we've definitely got a final day. We've got at least one set, but that's all Camden needs to wrap up this championship. Another exhilarating day's tennis. All you UK guys go to bed, and Holland.
1 o'clock.
All you guys from Melbourne go to work.
1
And that's it from us tonight.
Make sure you tune in next week. I've just got a quick plug. There's the Legends match on tomorrow at 6 p.m. being streamed live. So for those of you around, come watch. So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me. Once again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors, especially Jay Shockett, who recently passed away. We would also like to thank our champagne sponsor, Paul Roger. Lastly, an extra special thank you to all of our sponsors who helped make this week's webcast possible. They are Alex Evans, Jimmy Campbell, Paul Brown, Harry McVicker, Spencer Berger, Philip Robinson, Matthew Fradin, Arthur Horowitz, Melanie Clark, Christian Bullitt, Peter Estcourt, John Steffian, and some donors who wish to remain anonymous. Just to let you know, if you're enjoying this coverage and you'd like to help pay for it, you can go to nationaltennisclub.org and make a donation. We'd really appreciate it.